Hello, folks. What's happening? What's happening? Wait, what is happening? What's going on? Hello, Alpaca. Have a good night, bud. Shame you won't be here. Hello, Jim. How we doing? We'll be with you guys in a minute or two. I'm gonna start our intermission, our moments. Schnuggums the Schnuggler. Welcome in. Hello. Hope you guys look forward to tonight's episode. Sure, it's going to go rather well. Right. Hello, yo, how are you doing? Alright, shall we get started, folks? Let's get started, shall we? Thank you very much for being so patient. Hello, everyone. Doing good. Greetings, friend. How hot? Right, so we're just gonna hop straight into it, folks. We sweep across a breathtaking vista of jagged, snow-capped mountains, their peaks piercing the azure sky. Emerald forests carpet the lower slopes, gradually giving way to rolling hills dotted with wildflowers of 1,000 hues. Scene is one of idyllic serenity, a landscape untouched by the worries of the world. Slowly, the focus then drifts down these majestic mountains and heights. The hills themselves turn into rooftops as we lower ourselves down, looking on a very familiar orf who is looking rather miffed as an older, grayer, slightly gingery kind of dwarf with a big old button nose and kind of, I want to say, like, stained ears, right? He's like, his ears are a little bit darker and like kind of yellow, and they kind of like get lighter in tone as they go lower. A man who's clearly been working in mines for quite a lot of his lifetime.
And he has food stuck in his beard.
And
he's a fat slob.
And he's you can tell she loves this character. Right. Let me just quickly, okay, right. So the man himself, though, unfortunately, yells out, "A rich man's party, you say, eh? And you didn't think to tell your own family? All that mingling, all that schmoozing, and the opportunities! I bet they were practically throwing money at you, weren't they? Mingling with the elite and making connections that could set us up for life, and you just kept it all to yourself. You're selfish. Astrid, you're selfish. That's what it is, plain selfish. Are you planning on keeping all these potential windfalls for yourself, eh? Building your own little empire while your own family scrapes by?" And he just gets more violent, like kind of bashing the table in front of you. "After all I've done for you, after all the sacrifices I have made."
"Oh, you've done for me? Oh, you've done for me? Let's see, what have you done for me?" "Well, let's see, you've put me on shitty little jobs that have paid me absolutely nothing while you take the 80%. Absolutely nothing? I don't think so. I people grow up and move on, and maybe you help me a little bit at great cost. So help is, in the little quotey quotes, right? Did I go to a party? I did. Yes. Did I think of telling you? Absolutely not. It had nothing to do with you. Do you tell me all the things that you do to help our family?
I don't. If the merit of experience that I've been with you, me, my wife, my children, that have given you the benefit of the doubt with even staying with us. The Green Forge family has been kin to you and your weak little name.
Awesome.
So
Yeah.
how about we just...
You know what? I did get something in. I got so much out of that trip, like more than you could have possibly ever even imagined. I got more. And you know what it was? What I got was that I can stand on my own, and that there's things I need to do to stand, and that I have other people that I've just met that work together, not even dwarves. And that, you know what? That's what I've learned, is that I don't need to depend on some money grubbing uncle who promises me the sky and gives me the dirt.
You have no idea what you're talking about, Astrid. If you leave, you go out that door.
Mm-hmm.
I am not coming to look for you.
Oh, really? Is that a promise?
You'll come crawling back. You always do, Astrid. You always do.
Nah. You know what? Nah. You should have seen the things at that party. Oh.
Just bragging.
The heraldry was amazing.
You can almost see like his eyes just going just tightly squint as he's just like containing his rage. The knuckles on the literal table just turning the whitest. Even the tankard that he's already taken and tried to like quench his thirst, which is just not doing a job from any job. It doesn't matter what's in the tankard itself. The liquid is just, it's not quenching his thirst. He's clearly at a point, like almost like you're pushing him to just snap. And considering your uncle Cormac, he's not very good when it comes to words. He's more of a man of empty threats.
Yeah. So, thanks for all that you've kind of done. And, I'll take the lessons. I'll take the lessons to heart. Don't you forget that. I'll take the lessons to heart. So, it's a time for Astrid to, I'm gonna make my own way. And
pack up your belongings and
you know what? I'd like to think that
she's already packed.
Aside, she's, anything that's left behind are things that he gave her, and that's fine. Okay. I got what I need.
Well, Astrid,
and my money.
Astrid, as you tuck away the bags into your lower, bag, the little hidden pocket you've got, because you know how Treno is. Their pickpockets still, crime is quite high, unfortunately. But as you gather your things, throw it over your shoulder, and you head out the door, you hear a loud slam of something being thrown against the wall, followed by the spilling of said liquid, and then a rather more calmer voice coming, clearly his wife, coming to almost try to fix the current dilemma that has happened. But as you do this, as the door opens and you make your way past, you see a figure standing in front of you that you inherently bang into the shoulder of. Considering you're a dwarf, you're actually banging into almost his hip, as he's saying, as he looks down at you and says, I am sorry, young master. I am...
Can I help you, sir?
I am looking for Lord Tormac, or as I should say, Master Tormac.
Lord. He thinks he is, yeah. You're in the right place, sir.
He's a business owner. Most lords are very privy to the title.
Okay, sure.
Excuse me. He bows.
He might be in an awesome mood. You might want to consider coming back another day.
Oh, no, it is very important that I speak to him today.
Hmm.
I will say that what you see, like as you glance up, a very pale-faced man, very pointy chin. His nose is very like kind of. It's his whole features are rather sharp, and he's hiding under what looks like a black kind of beret kind of hat.
And I've never seen him around before?
No. I would say that you have seen his uniform, which is kind of reminiscent to one of the Valentine families.
Who are
they are known
mafia
they're,
people?
They're one of the known criminal families of Treno. He nods, he bows, gives you the respect, and says, anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. And just, walks inside. And you can hear the door.
Best of luck there, sir.
Closes behind you.
Yeah, Uncle Tormac's in trouble. I walk away with the skip in my step.
All right. Okay. We'll say, Astrid, you are. I assume you'll be heading to do some chores, but then at the end of the day, you're heading towards the Oak Tavern, or are you planning to meet up with Octavia? What is your?
Well, I need a place to sleep, so I reckon I'm going to go to that tavern, the inn, see if I can get a deal on a room.
All right. Okay.
And but you know what? My back's a little straighter, and I've got a list of things that I need to do. Like, well, I need to find a paying job. So yeah.
Somebody roll a d5 twice, and we'll give it to whoever gets it because Kitsune's not playing today.
Gotcha.
Right. Thank you for the inspiration, guys. Right. Okay. So, speaking of Octavia, Octavia.
Yes.
You find yourself under a table. You're not sure which tavern. But you do wake up to the sound of a light sucking on your hand.
Godwin.
Okay, Godwin and someone else for the other one. You get a +4, Godwin, and someone else gets the +2, so whoever wrote that D5 is.
It would be.
Should we get back to the lights?
It would be Godwin and myself.
Okay, you get a +2. So, Octavia, your hand is wet. You hear the slight noises of sucking as your eyes, as your temples kind of realign. The night of intense drinking that you were partaking in, the intense partying you were taking in. You wake up to see the toothless mimic gnawing on your hand, almost like a dog kind of hoping its master hadn't died in the night.
All right. I'll get you some food. Hold on 1 second. What is this place? I'll look around for any of the bar staff to see if there's anyone working.
You see a very almost impressed 3-foot goblin. You recognize him. His name is Schnooze. He's basically one of the staff of the Black Crow. And he's kind of just looking at this, and he's been watching this. You don't know for how long, but he has been sitting on this bar stool, kind of just looking down at you. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that that's a mimic?
Well, that's what I believe it is. I've heard the stories. I haven't really seen one fully up close, but
that's very impressive.
Yeah. Kind of an unknown creature, you know.
It's very rare.
Lots of money, but also
I've heard stories about mimics, but I've never seen one, especially a toothless one.
Well, I imagine somebody's trying to keep it. It was over, and they found it somewhere in a closet.
Well,
You don't want to get bit by one of those. Like, if you get bit, game over. You're just done.
I'm not gonna go into the dungeons, my friend. My life is... I'm a 3-foot goblin, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean...
You know how many times I've gone out at night only to be swiped at by guards?
Yeah.
I've got to pretend I'm a child. There's no justice for goblins.
Have you tried using, like, disguise self or something? Like, learning a little bit of an ability just to
Oh, aye.
not have to worry about that so much?
Oh, aye. I'll just, tap into the mystic. Fucking lucky for you, eh?
And just kind of gets upset and just slowly climbs down from his stool and and goes into the back room.
No, let's find somebody else. I'm gonna look around the table, see if I can find any just like loose meat laying around.
There is whatever that you had paid for the evening before.
Yeah.
It's just all over the floor. Some of it's eaten, some of it's not. Clearly the people around you have gone home or literally just kind of left you to it. You don't know if they were friends, you don't know if they were just strangers. But they had work in the morning, as it is, if I remember right. It is, 5 day? It's 5 day. Yep, it's 5 days. So technically it's Friday.
Gotcha. I'm gonna scrape some of the meat, like probably from one of the tables, and just throw it over to the mimic and
No, Mimic just like as soon
little
as you just do it, just
Sorry.
the big tongue comes out, helps itself. You'll notice that it doesn't look like the Mimic has actually tried to steal stuff from you. It's almost like it's been waiting for you to give it food. You have known it for a week now, so it seems to be almost domesticated.
Yeah. I gave it like a... Didn't I give it something at the party as we were leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been trying to keep it a little fed. I'm not sure what they eat, so just kind of randomly grabbing things. Like sometimes give it a plate, maybe. Oh, this is a nice plate. Maybe I'll
I'll just keep
is
that.
it good.
Okay.
Probably grab like a half tankard or like look around the tankards and see if there's like some of the beer or meat or whatever.
It's all warm. It's all spilled. There's not any good like leftover stuff. You do see suddenly the back door to the kitchens kind of open up of the Black Crow, and you see the very familiar tavern owner, Agatha. She leans over, and she's a half giant, so it's kind of obvious, like she is like 3 times the size of you. She leans over the bar, kind of glancing down at you, almost kind of like Gandalf leaning over the a table, looking over from Frodo, just from the sheer size. Going like, how come every time you come into my bar, you always end up on the floor, eh? And also, you've really pissed off Schmooze. You really gotta stop doing that.
I mean, he complains a lot about things that could be easily fixed if he was just a bard or something. You know, it's...
We're not all gifted with magic, mate.
Yeah, I know.
There's schools for that.
Look, you know I am in the mornings and I'm hungover. I can't do those 3-day parties anymore. It's getting a little hard. Getting a little old on the age here. She pulls one of those maids and takes a swig from it. And says, oh, God.
You're gonna have a fresh one, but here, just so you know, it's been 4 days. You've been here 4 days.
And puts it down. I will say, from her telling you what actual day it is, you put the math together, and you do realize that you were missing a day for a moment. And you've actually done a 4-day bender.
Oh. I must have blacked out on the last one, huh? Hopefully I didn't insult too many people. I know I get a little over.
Right.
That was there.
We close at 11. You know, it's just typical.
Anyway, is there anything I can get you for
Okay.
breakfast before I kick you out? Because I'm going to clean this place up for tonight.
Oh yeah, I'll take like, so a couple eggs, some sausages, beans, toast, what else you got?
Get out.
All right, fine. Can I just get a coffee to go?
I'll brew one up for you. Maybe get changed and do something with your bloody frock. It's almost falling off. And she
yeah,
goes.
she probably-
She goes back in the back room, and you hear her cluttering around. Takes a couple of minutes while you do what you want to do to get ready.
Yeah, I'll just get cleaned up, splash some water under the pits,
Okay.
Um,
Anything else in that time? Just because she's gonna cook. It sounds like she's cooking you up some breakfast, doing the usual, trying to be a pleasant person because you have known Agath for quite some time. It's not the first time that she's met you.
yeah. I guess kind of just doing that for right this moment, like, well, kind of waking up and about to get out of there. I would ask her about some local worker in the area, but we can go back to that if you want.
Yeah, we can do that. Can you just say a couple things real quick? I just want to check your volume on Discord. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's for you were a little quiet there at the last bit. I was just a little worried for a second. Right. Okay.
For me.
Margaret and Perion aren't here, so fuck them.
Oh no.
They're in a cupboard kissing. That's what you get for
Wow.
not being here. Ha ha ha.
In the closet.
Right. Okay.
What kind of D&D session is this? Whoever's not showing up is gay.
Well,
They're working in the whorehouse
Yeah.
to make money.
They're earning their
I
money.
can't have this. I'm actually playing as a straight man for once.
Oh, not if you don't
I
show
will
up. You
say-
don't.
Oh no!
Okay.
I will say that when you said roll d5 and
Yep.
Marcy said Godwin, it was right after you said you feel suckling on your hand. And I was like, oh no.
You feel suckling on your hand, Godwin. Oh no.
Oh no!
All right. Okay. Speaking of Godwin, no. Oh yeah, no. Speaking of Godwin, Godwin. Where currently? Where's Godwin current? Godwin. Oh my lord. Where is Godwin currently in the city of Treno? As he we jump to our favorite paladin.
I guess I'm exiting one of those full stop shops,
Mhm.
picking up my I guess shopping.
Yeah. Okay.
Period and Morgan have been missing a lot recently, learning the ways of each other.
Yeah.
Well, mostly Period being extremely frustrated with Morgan trying to figure out how to do Hellfire.
I just like the idea of you going, Perion and Margaret have been exploring each other, and you're like, we're not supposed to lean into the stuff I said. It was a joke, okay?
I don't know.
So, with that, you see a rather like a very short, stout man, not a dwarf, but almost kind of halfway between it, as he is helping you out with like a little paper bag. And just holding some of these things up, some of these letters as well, because I guess you were doing some stuff for some of the townsfolk as well, just with your pilgrimagey ways, your religion, your religious order, just kind of basically being a messenger for many of the churches.
Just helping out.
So this stout man, he's got like a nice pair of spectacles that are like kind of like curved and leaning, like kind of leaving deep engravings in his eyes, and it's like he's wearing kind of like milk bottles as he's standing way too close to you, and you can kind of smell the halitosis on his breath.
So, Master Godwin, it's rather... remember, I need these letters delivered before noon, because if they don't get there, I won't get my magazines.
You can count on me, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And he kind of just turns around and just shuffles his way back. Clearly an older gentleman as he waddles back to his little countertop.
Did he at least tell me where to deliver them?
Well, usually it would be the hub of like of the actual district, because most of these districts have like they have like a church house, right, for the main deity. And considering Treno is not really deity specific, it's more like a college of different, practices and religions. It's more of kind of like a communal shared area, but there is like a post office in the hub, which is like, all right, this has got this symbol. We'll take it to them. We'll take it to them. We'll take it to them. And luckily it's shared. And if it's ever messed with, a lot of people get in trouble. Considering Treno is supposed to be a very much, you don't want to have a holy war with all the religions at once. That's happened twice.
Oh no! Hopefully, while I wasn't around.
No, a few hundred years.
So yeah, after before finishing up the shopping for Morgan Empyrean and wrapping up my own business, just dropping off all the purchased stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, 50 gold pieces of incense.
Yep.
I assume one bundle is like a bunch of coppers. So that bag.
Well,
bag is
that bag is one. It's one bag. That's a bag in itself. It's like 50 gold pieces of incense is it's a lot. It's like almost too much, to the point where he literally sent you across the street because there wasn't enough.
So yeah, before that, I will deliver the letters to the church district. We haven't done this. There is no way to segue into this particular bit proper. So
okay.
Last time in Cornerstone campaign.
Okay. I mean, okay. I was gonna just leave it, but okay. If you want to go for that, go for it.
No, we gotta.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey,
I'll let you.
We established the thing. I want to keep it up.
Go for it. I'll let you do it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, master.
That's me, your daddy, man.
Why?
I'll be over here.
Oh.
Thank you, Panda, by the way. Thank you for putting that in his head. On the last session, to quickly reiterate, not a lot of story happened, but we did have the Cornerstone group had a nice scuffle with the changelings. During which we established a pretty nice rapport with all the, I guess, victims of the changeling crime. Lady Fardasher, Lady Chief Indigo, and of course the Gilderoy family. And the Mr. Gilderoy was so happy for not being, assassinated and left in a brainless state that he gifted all of us 150 gold pieces. Speaking of the gold pieces, after delivering the letters, right now we're bits over. There's literally not a lot happened last session. I am not going to be bringing every single piece of action in combat. After delivering the letters, Godwin would probably I guess I will send a good chunk of my winnings, roughly 70 gold pieces, to the Order of Kellamvor as a donation,
as a tribute. Yeah, donation tribute.
Tribute to donation.
Okay, yeah. That's much expected from your type. There would be like
any officials.
There would be like there's literally a donation like stand where clerks will literally just say, all right, you're wanting to do this, and it's basically you give them the gold, they hang on to it, and then the gold will be eventually distributed and delivered at some point. It's mostly like a bank. It's like a church bank, basically. Like they hang on to it, and there's a little tab of paper that says this technically belongs to you, and it's usually like traded for supplies from the city. So it's like the gold essentially turns into, product or, what's needed or inventory. And that's just the next, like cart that's taken out or boat that's taken out or that's heading in that direction will have the, the goods on it and be delivered. That's the benefit of a port city,
Speaking of it being a port city, can I ask? It's not. There's no point in role playing it, but can I ask the clerk if he can deliver the also personal messages?
That would be that would be a post office. You would literally have to go and pay somebody, like a messenger, or to go and deliver that. That would I will say, just for ease, that'll take depending on how far away it is, and considering it's north, it's in the safer places. It's not in a dangerous place. It's in the Oaklands. It'll cost you like 5 gold, and he'll take it and he'll deliver it, and he promises he won't steal it. And the man that sends him out to do that will probably check, and if he does, if it doesn't make it where it's supposed to get, he'll get in trouble. So
okay, then I'm just gonna quickly write off 120 gold pieces.
Okay, cool, works for me.
100. Oh, it's 150 in 125. I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
If five gold pieces is the thing, is the fee.
Okay.
And yeah, after all this like funny shenanigans, Godwin will just drop off the purchases at the Oaks Tavern.
Okay. Yep.
Where he kept staying.
Yeah.
Clap his hands together, just dust them off. Grab the shovel, and he'll be heading out to his daily routines.
Okay.
Daily rounds across the Treno cemeteries and slums.
As it is, let's just say for ease, it is a very early morning on a Friday, or on a fifth day. Sorry. So we'll say for ease, we can bring up the other two, where we will picture the scene of a nice bustling street corner with a couple of merchants setting up their stalls along the street. Some pointy-hatted mages making their way down to some of the libraries, and a peculiar family catches our eye. A hulking orc, easily 8 foot tall, his green skin gleaming in the sunlight as he walks hand in hand with his petite wife. A creature of delicate beauty. Trailing behind them, however, at a respectful distance, is a small ginger-haired halfling hurrying along with his face picture of quiet empathy. And behind that man is a small olive-skinned boy and a fiery dark-haired girl, which are surprisingly Grom's children. Elena, the red-skinned tiefling, looks to their Uncle Ernie and says, we should give them space. We should give them space, right? I've never seen Dad so quiet. And you can see Alphonse, which is the olive-toned boy, kind of leaning in, going, well, I mean, it's fine, but he's just trying to get through it, right? Hey, Uncle Ernie, no offence, right? But why are you coming along with us?
Well, you see, if I don't come along here, your old man could get up to no good. He's not in a right state of mind at the moment, and I'm there to have his back. I'm his mate. I'm here through the thick and thin, and of course, I'm your Uncle Ernie as well, so I'm here for yous as well.
Yeah, be quiet, Alfie. Ernest respects father, and we have to, and he wants to show his support to our family. Well, I guess so. I just, no offence, Uncle, but sitting still isn't really your thing.
I know, but I can change as much as your old man can.
Fair enough. No disrespect, Uncle.
He taps you on the shoulder and kind of just like, it's walking along with you. As you can see, the Elena is literally like pulling up her nice, almost Sunday best, kind of just trying to trot along after, like trying to keep up with her dad and their mom. Okay. How do I do this? I haven't got a voice for her, so here we go. Grum, how are you doing? No, I'm not doing that. Grum, how are you all right, sweetheart?
I'll be alright. I just...
Listen, I know it's hard.
I don't know. I didn't think this would happen anytime soon.
Well, we all know.
I thought I had a lot more time. Just didn't.
Well, she loved you a lot, and she wants you to be happy. That's why she let you come this far.
Just wish I'd been there. Instead of at some fucking party.
Can visit sometime, maybe. See all the kids. You'd like that, right?
That'd actually be kind of nice.
We'll get to the cemetery. We'll get through this. We'll go home, and we'll figure something out, right? We don't have to be downers for the rest of the day. I know it's a very sad day, but also you got to remember her life and what she represented.
No, you're right. You're right.
What was that little story she told you about? What's that? The silly goat man.
Naveen, the God of the Lost. Confused, I guess.
God of the Lost. Yes, you told me. You told that story to the little ones when they were children.
It's been a while since I told it to him again. I'll probably stop doing that again.
Have time for stories. They're too busy listening to your exploits.
Can't have Alphonse turning out like me. All I do is get into fucking trouble.
Well, I think that's important that we maybe teach him that. Anyway, let's...
Grom is quietly nodding his head. Just... Yeah, it's probably for the best that he doesn't figures out before he does it.
You feel like her tiny hand in yours kind of just squeezing as tightly as she can before she kind of just tries to pick up the pace, almost wanting you to kind of get this band-aid ripped off of your mother passing while you were at the party. It's a somber day for Grom, and Ernie, being the best mate that he is, follows in suit. Shall we say? Yeah, okay. We'll say after like a couple of like 10 minutes, it kind of you get to the wing, the cemetery, the district where the cemetery is, which is very odd considering, like I explained before, that like she didn't live in Treno. But yes, but there has been a plot that has been assigned for her. The letter came. Your wife managed to your wife had to read while you were away, and she kind of went through the details with it without consulting you, considering you were missing for a weekend on a magic island. There is, as you enter the gate, it's not an expensive like cemetery. It's not nice. It's okay, yeah. There are still some crumbling rocks and stuff, and the fence and the walls are a little bent. It's clearly like had some weather defects attached to it. It's kind of been maintained, but there's only so much you can do with like mortar. Some of the graves, as you walk past, like plenty of them going past, some of them are still freshly dug. Some of them are quite well maintained with flowers and like trinkets and such being placed around them. There is one with a man who stands in what looks like a green garb, with white colors and a very familiar sigil of what looks like a what do you call it? A piper kind of flute whistle. With one note on the side of it that's on the center of his chest. As you
would Grom recognize said symbol?
Yes, from the god himself. Clearly, a representative has been sent to say a few words in this dire scenario. You see the man going, "Hello, yes, you must be Grom, is it?"
That's correct.
You described him as like inside of the hole.
No, he's not inside the hole. He's standing by it, basically. That'd be.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that,
Sorry,
like,
I thought he was like.
I'm standing in the hole. How did I get down here? I fell. No, no. He's standing by it, kind of like waiting for people to approach. As it looks like he's been here for a while, and he's also been kind of just reading off some notes until this 8-foot orc had made his way into this, cemetery, and it's kind of obvious that, like, hey, I understand, like, that's the orc. That has to be the orc. He's an 8-foot orc. And also,
it's the only 8-foot tall dude out here.
Yes,
Gotta
exactly.
be.
Also, hello, Skeets. Thanks for the raid, bud. Appreciate you. But yeah. So as you enter, he clearly looks up from his book, and you can see his little whiskered mustache, kind of like just setting as the sun is raised up to like almost mid. Well, not midday, but like before midday. So what I will say is he kind of just looks at the two of you, kind of surprised that you're a half orc. Well, an orc. There's no such thing as half orcs anymore. We're not allowed to say that. That's racist. Or tieflings. That's racist too.
Of course.
Shit. Okay, so right. So there's a tiefling and a orc, and they walk into a bar.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's a funny joke.
And the halfling doesn't have to duck.
So also, Ernie, just for some context, what are you doing in this situation? Are you approaching as well, or are you just going to stay back and kind of give them their moment? That's.
Yeah, just Ernie will just sort of kind of keep back because it's obviously our family sort of moment. So.
Okay. So the father, this man, let's call him a priest. He leans in and literally takes Grom's hand, which is kind of sad in comparison because it's literally just like he's tiny, and his whiskered mustache is like just it's pathetic, and he clearly feels kind of like intimidated by you because he's never been this close to somebody so hulking in strength. But he kind of croaks his throat and goes, "Man, Father Indigo would sends his regards. He could not be here, but he realized that someone of my knowledge would be preferred for your dear your dear wife, your mother."
It was much.
He's like he seems very kind of like just kind of scared of you almost, which you're used to, unfortunately.
Thank you for taking the time to come and attend my mother's funeral. I do appreciate your attendance and the services you provide.
I would like to, and he kind of leans into his jacket, opening his book and pulling it out. He pulls out a long white letter, and kind of presents it to you, saying, "This was found on her person, and I think she wished you to have it. And if you don't mind, I would like to carry on the ceremony. I would like to say a few words before I must dash. Unfortunately, we're not you're not the only one to
I understand. It is all right.
To suffer loss."
I'm aware.
Grom will say as he grabs the envelope and kind of tucks it into his suit jacket because It's his mom's fucking funeral. He's dressed to the nines.
Okay.
No shoes though.
He's
He
no
hasn't said them.
shoes. No shoes. That's just because
No shoes.
there's no shoes big enough for an 8-foot orc.
That's right. Fucking there ain't no shoes big enough for this tall ass
I can't wait for you to kill a giant later in the campaign and be like, "Those are some nice shoes."
Wait a minute, do those fit?
Right.
What are these? The goat carcasses with string? Oh, suave.
All right. So the priest kind of like goes to the other end, and you can see suddenly, he waves over two individuals, a small gnomish man with a very, very like, it almost looks like the top of his head has been kind of like skinned, and it's like a darker red, like a kind of like a liver spot kind of thing, and Godwin standing beside him. So we got to be quick and very respectful with this one, Mister Godwin. And he kind of just leans in and get with a little shovel, and I guess we'll have a moment there where you two can kind of recognize each other.
A small like recognition will, a slight recognition will just flash across Godwin's face. Just a couple of eyes will dart from the hole in the ground to to Grom and his family, and just Godwin will give out a slight nod.
Grom, somewhat distracted with his current set of ordeals, vaguely notices and nods in response, but he's still kind of out of it.
Okay. So the small gnomish character goes, come on, Godwin, and they just kind of make their way in and start to just like, essentially like lower the casket so that they can start, doing the process of the burial rites. While this is happening, however, you hear the priest, his voice kind of like beckons a little, like as he clears his throat, and you can hear him kind of finding a little bit of confidence as he says, "Eternal Father, we come before you with heavy hearts, remembering this beloved one who has journeyed beyond this earthly realm. We are comforted knowing that they lived a life guided by the spirit of the shepherd, nurturing and caring for children with boundless love and patience. May their gentle soul find rest in your eternal embrace. We pray that the kindness they bestowed upon the young ones ripples through generations, inspiring others to follow their example of compassion and dedication. Let the memories of their laughter, their wisdom, and their unwavering belief in the potential of every child be a beacon of hope and a testament to a life well lived in your service. Grant peace to those who mourn their loss, and may we strive to embody the shepherd's heart that shone so brightly within them." He gives a nod, closes his book, and basically bows as the casket's slowly lowered.
Grom is gonna let out a small little shaky breath and like wipe away a little tear, just fucking trying to stone face it.
It's okay, Grom. She like, you just see your wife standing beside you, kind of giving you a almost like a reality check tug that to tell you that you're there. Right, come on, boy, get out of there. Come on. Like, after they start, like, you and Godwin have piled up the dirt, he and Godwin has started piling up the dirt, they make their way over to Ernie, I guess, and well, we could say, just for recollection, Ernie, you can have your moment of meeting each other again. Further away from the shenanigans of sorrow and loss.
I know when to be respectful during a funeral. Just see Godfrey come along and just give him sort of a polite nod, and then sort of a more hushed voice, just so that his voice doesn't carry like it normally does. It's just like, "Hi, good to see you there, Goody. Goddy.
That's close enough." Hi, Ernie. Godwin will, after dealing with halflings and gnomes for the most of his life, he just drops on the ground, just sitting with his back to be respectful as to not look down on people.
Okay, yeah.
Just go. So, who was the deceased?
No, it was Grum's mother.
Oh. No offense. I would have expected the coffin to be much bigger.
Come on, say the line. say the line. Ernie, say the line. Go on. say the line. We're all waiting.
No, respectful.
He's adopted.
Not the time, Nick. Not the time.
Sorry.
It's well, you know what they say. It's not the size. It's how they're well packaged, and
That's worse somehow.
I wish you had just said I was adopted. Fuck.
Yeah, we couldn't fit her into the coffin, so we cut her up into bits.
That's actually a common practice. Regardless, is this his family?
You can see the red, the Bonnie-ish red tiefling kind of sitting beside her uncle Ernie, trying to keep her dress as nice as possible. And the olive-skinned, what's his name? Alphonse. Alfie. He's just kind of like looking at you going, "Oh, so you know my dad, eh? Are you a fist fighter?"
Not really. Name's Godwin Wolfsbane, the paladin of the Order of Kellamvor.
Oh.
I've met your father on that event.
Oh,
during
right.
the weekend where we solved the murder mystery.
Wow. Oh,
We solved the not mystery. I'd say Godwin wouldn't say mystery. He would say we solved the murder.
What?
Because saying we solved the murder mystery sounds like it was a fucking.
It was like a trap room.
Scenario. Yeah, it just went off.
Oh, it was such a good time. We all had fun.
Yeah, it turns out Grom is just really into fucking escape rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This whole time it's been a hobby.
Yeah, and because 60% of the party are flaming idiots, we just got stuck in something that was meant to be done in 2 hours.
Yeah.
I can't figure out this puzzle. What does it mean?
Just 3 days of where the fuck is the key?
Okay. So let's just say for expedience, the kids start to get up and they go, well, Elena literally says, well, Ernie, could you do me a favor and send respects to my mother and father? But I've got to head off to class.
Oh, of course.
Come on, Alfie. You too. Oh, whatever.
Godwin lights up for a second. Well, you going to school?
Yes.
Can you read?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, of course. This was one of the early electors. Can you?
I'm bad with cursive.
Oh.
So I'm gonna need a little bit of help. Me and a friend here. Point to the gnome. We've been having a lot of trouble trying to read this one.
Huh.
Yeah, and I will pull out the Lady Fardasha's letter.
Lady Fardasha's letter. Do you have that letter on you, or do I have to Google it? I think I might have to look it up again.
You never sent it to me.
I never sent it to you. I just read it to you. Yeah, I did as well. Okay. Give me a second. I think I have it. Okay, here we go. All right. She he takes it and kind of squints, and then like leans down and brings out the smallest pair of kind of like spectacles, kind of leaning them up, and you can see she's squinting. Let me see. That my dearest Godwin and Margaret. Ooh, what's this? And she kind of pulls out like a little necklace. And here we go. I will send that to you. You lucky for you. Oh, I don't know what that is, but doink. There you go.
Trello05 just subscribed.
You can describe what that is while I read this out. Yeah, Drella, good to see you. So let me see. Let me read this out real quick. Okay, my dearest Godwin and Morgraine, from the deepest chambers of my heart, I extend my sincerest apologies for my past actions and words. Looking back,
Godwin interrupts with like a slap at the back of the hand at the shoulder of the gnome. It's sincerest. I told you there's not that many E's. Sorry, carry on.
I recognize the gravity of my errors and the pain they undoubtedly caused you both. My behavior was unbecoming of myself, and far and more importantly, deeply disrespectful to the bond we share. And, let me see, there is no excuse for the hurt I inflicted. She just seems to be really sorry in this letter, yada yada. Beyond a simple apology, I wish to acknowledge the strength and grace you have both shown in the face of my failings. I see the value of your perspectives, validity of concerns, yada yada yada. She just seems to be apologizing a lot here.
No, she did accuse me of murder.
Oh my god. Well, I hope in time you can find it in your hearts to forgive me, and perhaps even allow me the chance to earn back a measure of trust. And then there's a letter underneath here saying perhaps this token will start building the bridge once more. So that must be a very fancy piece of it. It looks shiny. What is that?
As Godwin just twists the little charm in his hands, it's a small beaded necklace with that has a circular charm on it with an incense shell that, according to the description, seems to radiate positive energy. Once per long rest, I can cast prayer, but that's like out of character stuff.
Yeah, that's a magic. It's a magic item. It's the first magic item.
Yippee!
Congratulations! Have a magic item.
I'm sending it to my mother. It's pretty.
And that's why I gave it to Godwin. Right. Okay. Right. As we'll get away from this somber scene for a moment as the two kids run off to go back to school. Octavia and Astrid, I guess you're heading to the Oaks Tavern, correct?
Yep.
Okay. You I guess
Is it late? Is it still early in the day, right?
It's literally like 9 o'clock. It's getting to like it's still early. It's still early.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the tavern and because I want to see if I can rustle up a job as well as a place to stay.
Okay. I'll say with the Oaks Tavern, you know who lives there. You got Mrs.
Yeah.
What's her
in
name?
Our notes.
What's her goddamn name?
It's in our notes.
Whose name?
The Oaks.
Mr. and Mrs. Oak.
Mr. and Mrs. Oak. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they were. They were just Mr. and Mrs.
Give me a second. It's been a while since I've looked.
Harry and Andrew Oak.
Harry and Andrew and Andrew? Harriet?
And Andrew Oak.
Harriet.
Yeah, Harriet, right?
You told me Harry. H-E-R-E. But pronounced Harry? I don't know. That's what I have in my
I
notes.
see Muffin updating his notes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Harriet. I'm pretty sure it's Harriet because
maybe it is Harriet. Maybe that's where I messed up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mrs. Oak is literally kind of sitting there. You just see the door open to the tavern as she throws out a big old basin of soapy water into the street. Oh, Astrid.
Hello, darling.
Hello. How's
Early, isn't it?
How's a little bit. You know, I needed to come talk to you about if you have any like long-term, medium-term rooms available.
Oh, lodging? You're looking for a place to stay, love, but you come from Treno, don't you? You're not like those two layabouts.
Which two layabouts?
Oh, you know, the, what's the names? Oh, is it Grom? Ernie?
Yeah.
I know Grom doesn't stay
they're-
here, but that Ernie chap's been around a couple of nights.
Yeah.
Trying to get free drinks. Cheeky bastard.
Halflings, you know. So yeah, I you know, it's time for a young dwarf to just stand on her own 2 feet, and so
You've been kicked out, darling. You've been kicked out, darling. You can tell me.
No. I actually just had enough of my uncle's stuff, and I was just ready to be on my own.
Oh, your
You know?
uncle,
Yeah, he's
Mr. Greenforge.
yeah.
My husband hates that man. Tried to get him to go down to the mines, you know. Not using him for his full potential. Well, you should hear the things that my husband says about him.
Oh, but why would your husband go in the mines? I mean, he's an amazing chef.
Oh, well, we had our early days, darling. It was very difficult to earn all this. Like, we all had to pool our effort.
Yeah, you know, I always grew up thinking that someday this was kind of my destiny, and now, you know, I'm just not so sure. I just, you know, had a little taste of little adventure, a little fighting for your life, and this is a little exciting.
Oh,
So,
how old are you, darling?
um,
You don't look a day over 19.
no, wait. No, it's how
You're a
old
very
am I?
young dwarf, so I get that.
81. I'm 81.
Don't seem like an 81-year-old dwarf, darling. That's about, well, half my age.
I mean, you know, I got a beard. I'm working on it.
Well, perhaps it'll be best for you to get out there and enjoy yourself, have an adventure. You know, we live a long time, darling. Even I had my days where I was swinging knickknacks around.
Have you heard of any jobs? Like, have you heard any rumors lately?
Rumors? Rumors, darling. Well, I mean, there's been a couple of things, actually. You know, there's that recent murder that took up straight on the theater block. Yeah?
Let me tell, honey. I would love to sit down and I was there. And
You were there?
and Mr. Ernie and Mr. Grom, we were all there, and we just had an amazing adventure. We solved the mystery. We found the bad guys, and I mean, sure, somebody died, but somebody lived too. So it was incredible.
I was talking about the murder yesterday, darling.
Yeah. What, yesterday?
Yeah, it was a big old scene. Had to get the guards out and everything. Somebody said it was a cult-like killing. Skin flayed from her very bones. It was very scary.
What, where?
Oh, just down the street there. My husband's not let me leave since the guards have it all sheltered up. I was trying to think of maybe asking one of the younger boys to go and poke the city guard, but you know.
Who was killed?
Oh, I don't know, darling. I don't know everybody. I don't get out.
My eyes are sparkling at this moment. Like,
Listen,
okay,
dear.
okay.
Listen,
Oh,
listen,
okay,
darling,
wait.
darling.
Do you
listen.
have a room? Oh, I could
listen.
go find some.
I don't know. Listen, I respectfully do wish that you at least bring your auntie Octavia. I don't want you going out alone there. Listen, okay? The city's a dangerous place, even for you, darling. Your little bow is no use in the city. You'll get arrested.
Well, let me tell you, I learned some things about relying on my bow. Let me tell you, and you're absolutely right. I need to have like some other things, and
But if
I need to go, you know, talk to the
if
the
I were
weapon
you,
guy
darling,
and
if I were you, darling,
Yes?
I would maybe slow your roll a little bit. calm down. It's only 9 o'clock. Go and get your auntie, and then you can do all the investigation you want. I will personally put a room together for you. That will be full gold, though, darling. Unfortunately, I can't give you reduced rates.
Full gold a night or for the week?
Oh, it's for the week, darling, for the week.
Oh, okay. And I will like secretly reach into my little hidey pouch.
Oh, well, careful, darling. Don't do that in the streets. She kind of like stops your hand reaching for money.
Oh, okay.
We got plenty of pickpockets around here, all right? You got to be careful who's watching you.
I know. Okay, so have you seen my auntie?
I haven't seen her for days, darling. I've only seen Godwin. He set off to the cemetery. Morgren, I think he went back to the religious district, and I haven't seen Pyrian since last night. So, and they've been staying here for the last. Ooh, let me check. And she kind of just leads over to her little bar table and just lifts one of the heavy books open till it claps on the door, and you hear the. I'll keep it down, darling. Careful, right? He says he's making a souffle.
Ooh, what's a souffle? Like,
it's a
dessert souffle or a savory souffle?
It's a savory souffle. Something my husband learned from Satesh.
Oh.
Very fancy. Got a lot of spices in it.
Is there while I could go looking around for my aunt. Is there any help you need? Can I help you around here? You need
no, darling, no.
Cleaned,
I mean, listen, darling. I can only afford the one work hand. Sorry, and also you say
no. Oh.
So you what? You want to earn off your keep here?
Well, I could. You've done so much for me. And
darling, listen. I would rather you enjoyed your stay here, not to work. These nights get busy. They get busy. They do. That's why we've got. That's why we've got. We have the rest of the people. We got the rest of the workforce.
Okay. When you think that souffle's gonna be ready? I won't be back just in time for that souffle.
Oh, it'll be that. He's making a few of them today. It's a very special evening.
Special?
Oh yes, we're celebrating.
Is it your anniversary? Or...
Oh no, it's just we've recently come into quite a lot of money. We're selling the place, you see.
What?
Yeah.
To who?
Oh well. Some people would say that one of the major crime families are buying a property, but we've been trying to get out of the city for quite some time. And, well, I mean, we either sell or we stay, and then we end up getting the steal from other crime families. So, it's better to just...
Is it the Valentines?
Well, the Valentines are very light in comparison to the bears.
Oh, my.
But we're celebrating. We're making the closure. We'll have to move out by the end of the month. And then we're going to buy a place back home in Durham.
Oh, so y'all just leaving the whole... Well, congratulations. I mean, it seems like it happened in an odd way, but, I mean, it's going to work out, isn't it?
Well, I hope so. But also, if it doesn't, it would be nice. But... Listen, darling, I'm an old lady. My husband, he has his strengths, and I have my strengths, and we just don't have what it takes to put up with being pushed around. So we're just going to try and get home safe, We don't have much of a big family. It's just me and the big lug. But it would be nice to just, we can make a home anywhere. The Oaks Tavern's going to be bought up and sold, and might not even be the Oaks Tavern after this, but that's not for us to say.
The Oaks Tavern is y'all. It's y'all, and it's not the building. It's your heart.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly, darling.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go look for my auntie Octavia, and I do need to update her with what happened with.
You'll probably
with my
have
uncle,
much luck just checking most of the taverns. I mean, she was here at one point, but she didn't stake around.
Where's that really icky one? Like the last call one.
The last coal one? Oh, you mean the crow, black crow. Black crow? Yeah, she's probably there. That's a bit of a stingier one. Allows prostitutes and all that kind of sort.
All right. Well, I'm on my way. Thank you
Okay.
for saving me a room.
I'll
be
see
back.
you later tonight. I'll put a.
I'll look
I will,
forward to that souffle.
Shall I put another cot next to yours, or?
Oh, you sure? In case. I mean, generally
It won't affect the price,
Auntie's
darling. But
generally, Auntie's got her places, but yeah, you just never know what kind of state I'll find.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You're a dear. You're a dear.
Speaking of Octavia, you're having a full fried breakfast. For the last half hour, you've been munching on it. The mimic is just staring at you. There's like rivulets of drool hanging from the lower the lower lip or the edge of the mimic's frame. You can almost.
I do toss the.
Oh, you're okay.
mimic occasionally, like a sausage.
A sausage. It's just like a heavy like chewing. The tongue kind of like swiping across, just cleaning the drool off, and then just enveloping itself back into its little orifice.
Yeah, like as she's just like munching through the fucking food, she's gonna kind of spark up a conversation with Agatha, and I guess like staring at this mimic.
Yep.
Oh, do you know any? I'm looking to see if I could try to find out some more information about this creature. Do you know any close by like magic guilds? Cause I usually stick away from them. They kind of annoy me, but I don't know much about this thing. I need to kind of find out what's going on here.
that seems more like a Zatesh kind of thing. No? Maybe Toadish? I don't know. Like artifacts like that are 1 in a million. Where did you even get it anyway?
Well, you know Mr. Gilderoy, right? I mean, he's pretty popular around
Mr.
the area.
Gilderoy. My lord.
Yeah, he gave it to me as a gift, you know?
That is remarkable. You know a lot of, like, people, and I'm getting a little worried about your, like, charades that you end up going to these weird parties. How do you even, how do you even get an invite to that?
Well, I've been around a lot of areas. I played a lot of parties, you kind of get to know people being in a bar. You play a big show, you get picked up by an agency, and then they want you to play at other bars. Sometimes those bars kick you out because they don't like the songs, but things happen.
Well, I'll tell you right
Narrator's voice. Octavia just mostly gets kicked out.
I would say, like, actually, if you're going to search out for any type of magic, probably check an alchemist. Alchemist might be the best here. Treno's not really known for the magic, besides, like, your old mages, and your theatrical art sorts. The only closest tower would be Toadish or Zadesh, and of course you've got the Wizard's Perch, but nobody's been there for years.
Well, that's out in the middle of the water, isn't it? So, you gotta get a boat, and then, and I guess I should try to with Toadish. Thanks, I appreciate the ideas there. So this is some good food.
Oh, that's good. Fortunately, I want to say that Shmoo's probably spat in it, but
it just adds a little flavor, right?
That's what I thought. That's what I told him.
I forget. I think I'm supposed to start with a disguise kit, right?
I think you have one. Just because of your shenanigans.
And I'd assume they're kind of easy to come by going to like a shop or something.
Pretty much, yep. I would say so.
Okay. Because I'm gonna, as Octavia's like eating through her meal, she's gonna pull that out and just be like, "Hey, give this to
Schmooze.
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 Maybe we'll help him out with those guards. I know he doesn't have the magic, but he could try to, kind of, maybe disguise himself a little bit as a kid or something, so they don't try to attack him so much.
I'll try to smooth things over for him, but like I said, you should get out of here. We got clientele showing up soon, and we're gonna have that meeting.
No, you can't They don't want to see my ugly mug. I get it. I'll get out of here.
That's-
Here's a little extra for the mass. Sorry about that again. 4 days.
Well, you can pay your bill next time.
You know what? You're all right, Agatha. I really like you. She's like just packing up her stuff and walking out the door.
Mimic could just kind of like falls like dead on its side, kind of like when like something falls off a chair. Doesn't climb off the chair, it just falls off his chair, and then you just see small like furniture legs just like pop off, and it just falls on its heavy side as it goes kadumph, and then just skitters after you out of the door. You for a moment you kind of realize that it seems to be getting like a little smaller as it reaches the door frame, and then it gets to like a little compact size, kind of like the size of like a miniature chest, right? And it just skitters after you, kind of like rolling, using its tongue to like launch itself forward, roll for a little bit, and then just kind of like try to skitter after you, just trying to keep up with your pace.
Kind of watching this, just look at the creature and just be like, maybe I should get a harness for you to strap you around my chest or something. Like put you around on my side. You having trouble there, boy?
I will say, as that is happening, Astrid, you see your auntie coming out of the Black Crow,
And shielding her eyes, and she's like, light.
Unless Bean's not there. Oh, there she is.
No, I'm here. No, I'm thinking. I'll just. Hey, Auntie, I knew I'd find you here. I just knew it in my heart. How are you doing? How's your head? Yeah. What's that behind you?
Oh, Astrid, my dear, how you doing? I thought I was here for 3 days, but I guess it's been a little bit longer than I thought.
It's been like 5 days now.
Is it 5 days?
Been exactly a week.
Oh, a week, 7 days.
You remember the little, I guess, well, it's a mimic. I didn't really give it a name yet.
I for a minute, I thought maybe I dreamed that when we were at Mr. Gill. I never seen a mimic. I expected him to have more teeth and be a bit bigger. It's awfully tiny. Wasn't it bigger before? My eyes just bigger, right?
He just shrunk in size as we were walking out the door, because it's when it was that bigger size at Gilderoy's, he was kind of taking up a big amount of space. So I guess he could just change his size here. I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to make my way over to Toadish to see if I can.
I will say that Toadish is like 2 days travel.
Yeah.
It's just...
Where are you staying here in town? Where you weren't gonna stay with my uncle, right?
Your uncle? No, I hate that guy. No.
I got a story for you.
Oh no, what'd he do this time, dearie?
Well, he was so irate that I didn't tell him we were going to that party, and I think he wanted me to like, if he kept trying to figure out like if I got money and like that I should remember him and I should get and I should have brought him along. I mean, he just went, you know how he is with money. He just goes, and so I just had it. I just had it, and I said my goodbyes and I'm staying at the Oak Tavern. Well, at least for the next no more than a month, because they're selling the place.
They're selling the place. What?
Yeah,
that's my favorite place to go try to do some music before they kick me out.
I suspect, I saw. Oh, and I saw one of the Valentines going to my uncle's as I was leaving, and Mrs. Oak said that the bears were buying her. I think there's going to be some kind. And there was a murder yesterday just down the street from them. I mean, there's crazy shit going on in this town right now. Like crazier than normal, I think.
Wait, somebody murdered yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
I don't even remember anything. Shit. Hopefully it wasn't me this time.
Well, we might want to sneak you into the Oak Tavern. Mrs. Oak is setting up an extra bed in there just in case. she's a smart woman, but maybe we can do a little listening. But if you think it was you, you do get awfully crazy on your benders, don't you? You just have a great
a
old
little fun. I don't think I've actually murdered anybody yet, but you never know.
Blackout drunk.
I get along with. I get along with her pretty well. I'm sure she'll be fine with me. And I mean, as for where I'm staying right now, well, I guess the floor of this fine establishment, like pointing up at the Black Crow.
There's literally the Black Crow sign is hanging off, like it's not been adjusted for a while. You can tell maybe Agatha literally just goes outside the door, lifts it up, and just hopes the chain sticks, and then every person that comes in just slaps it until it falls down, and it's just like the routine. She's not been out to like adjust the sign yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where was the murder? Maybe we should
It just
sounded
like it was just down the street from the Oak Tavern. There was guards. They have it all blocked off, and I was gonna go find out because she said she wanted no more information. I'm like, oh, I can do that. She's like, honey, hold on, go find your auntie first. So here I am.
Well, we seem to know how to solve some murders, right? Yeah.
I mean, we're experienced now.
I got a lot of experience from that one. A lot of black eyes.
I had the shit kicked out of me. I was tied to a chair.
And that Mr. Ernie is still staying there. I didn't see him though, but he's really good and good at being hidden and maybe finding out, and maybe we can get a few people together. I don't even know if there's a reward. I mean, usually
find out
there's
about that. I mean, if we find out about it, do not tell your uncle about it, though.
I'm telling you, I walked away. He yelled and screamed and threw some things, and never come back to here. Actually, no, he said, I know you'll come back a crawling, and I know, sir. I'm my own woman. I'm my own.
I think it's best if you stay away from him. Let's go back to Oak
And I
Tavern
told you the
see what we can,
Valentines were going there, so maybe he's in all kinds of trouble. Though that's not a good organization.
It wouldn't be the first time if he was,
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when he was did that little stint in prison.
What?
That we don't need to talk about right now. Let's go see what's going on over there.
Fare thee well, sir.
Okay. You guys head back up the street, Mimic in tow, back to the Oaks Tavern, which is leading towards the street of the murder. While that is happening, however, we'll cut to Ernie and Godwin, who are... Well, no, I guess we'll do Grom with his wife, just because he's had a moment, a couple of minutes. I don't know how long Grom has been sitting there, kind of just looking at this grave that's been settled.
I think Grom would have probably stayed around there for maybe 20-ish minutes.
Or your wife hasn't gone anywhere. She's standing beside you, just kind of waiting for you to come to terms with it. In fact, for after about 10 minutes, she gives you a slight squeeze and then just turns and walks over to Ernie, who sees her and then kind of sees that the kids have left and kind of just looks at Ernie and says, "Perhaps it'd be best if you two head off. I'll keep him company. I'll send him your way when we're done."
Oh, yeah, of course. Just make sure he's all right. He's my best bud and all.
Thank you for looking after him, Ernest.
Oh, always.
And she leans down and she gives you a peck on the cheek.
Ernie goes a bit red. Godwin, let's go.
Before leaving, I guess Godwin will kind of stand from the little dirt pile he's been sitting on. Nod to the gnome. He probably was still with us, right?
Yeah. The gnome has just been sitting there, kind of picking his nose and sitting on his shovel.
See you tomorrow, bud.
I will see you tomorrow.
Before heading out, I will slightly bow to the to Grom's wife. Have I heard her addressed by the name even once?
You have not heard her name. You have not heard her name. Mostly because I don't know what her name is either. Marcy's never given me one.
Fair enough.
Marcy has, but it is kind of like, do we want to change it or do we not? Because it is technically the same name as a god. I guess it's,
we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there when we get there. We're already there. It's technically a god's name. So we'll see how it goes.
I'll change it after this.
Okay, fair enough. Just so there's no confusion.
Yeah, it's just for.
My condolences, ma'am. You and Grom should drop by Oak's Tavern tonight. I know funerals can be emotionally tasking on people, so my treat.
Oh, well, thank you, kind. Sir Godwin, is it?
Yes, Godwin Wolfsbane, Paladin of Kellamore.
Well, thank you very much. I will allow my husband to... Well, I'll let him decide if he feels up for it. Honestly, the banter could do him good. He hasn't been the same since he got home.
I noticed the dress, the dressings of the priest. I will make sure the grave is, the burial site is in accordance.
Thank you.
Naveen's rights.
Thank you very much, and that is very much appreciated. My lovely Grom would be very happy to hear that. Not a lot of people know about Naveen, is it?
Yes.
Naveen's
lost children.
I'm not very familiar. I've only heard what Grom's told me, and some of it, is a little disjointed. I never got to know. I never got to meet his mother.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, neither did I.
It does. It does. She smiles a little, just kind of, and then turns and goes, "Well, I will leave you to it." And goes back to she goes back to her husband. Grom, darling.
I think at this point, Grom had been kind of, while they were chit-chatting, he had started reading that note.
Reading the note? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it, or would you like to read the note?
If you want to send it to me, I'll go ahead and I'll
meanwhile, Ernie and Godwin are fucking off.
Okay, they're just leaving. All right, fair enough.
I thought you just was gonna say that you were fucking.
Fucking, yeah.
I was like, okay, there we go.
we go.
I was going to change your bisexuality.
This campaign's all over the place.
It's called gender fluid, sir.
Okay, I will send it to you.
You're not fucking my mom's funeral. Get the fuck out.
I'm doing it on the wall. Break the walls down.
No.
Right. Let me send it to you. Parser. Yeah. Wink. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Hopefully that's everything. I will let you gesticulate the letter. As you open it, something falls out into your palm. I will read this part, and I will let you read the letter. A flat coin shaped with bone, and a flute that's carved into it. The inscription is of a few chords and notes in a very particular order. But considering you don't know music, it's kind of,
Yeah, Grom is not
doesn't really mean much to you.
No, it does not. However, the coin itself does mean quite a bit to Grom, considering he recognizes the inscription, or he recognizes the religious symbolism behind it. So again, it is something that he will tuck within his vest pocket.
Yep. Okay.
Specifically his pocket, like he is keeping it close to his
person.
heart.
Yeah. Okay. I will say, sorry. Let me just set it up as your wife is just kind of like, she comes up and notices that you're reading this letter, and she doesn't say anything. She just comes up, puts her hand on your back, and just like rubs the top part of your back as much as she can as you, I guess, read this to yourself. But for our benefit, you will read it out loud.
Yeah, I'm contemplating not even doing it with the voice because it's gonna be a fucking pain in the ass.
do what you think's best. I'll leave it in your.
Words cannot express the joy that floods my heart, knowing you found a place, a family in Treno. To think my fierce little orc, now a husband to a tiefling no less. I can only imagine the life you've built, filled with laughter and love, a far cry from the cold stone walls of the orphanage. As I sit here watching the little ones play, I feel a sense of peace knowing that you are safe and well. It warms my old bones more than any fire ever could. But Grom, my heart also carries a weight, a shadow that has fallen over these halls. Lately, things have felt off. A sense of unease settles upon me. A prickling on the back of my neck as if I am being watched. The children seem quieter, more withdrawn. I try to dismiss it, chalk it up to old age and a weary mind, but the feeling persists. I worry for them, Grom. These boys and girls, they need someone strong, someone like you. I write this knowing it may be my last. My health fades with each passing day. The energy that once fueled my spirit now dwindling like a dying ember. Oh man, Grom's gonna fucking cry. This 9'8" motherfucker's about to start fucking crying.
And there's the Academy Award.
My time grows short, but my fear grows long. If this letter finds you, it is because my suspicions were confirmed. Something is amiss here, Grom. Something dark. I cannot explain it fully. But trust your instincts. The children need you. Please come home, my son. Come home and protect them.
She gives you 5. She gives you as long as you need.
I'm gonna have to pack a bag eventually whenever we get back home this evening. I've got some business to attend to at the orphanage, I think.
Okay, that's okay.
Mom felt like something was off. Here, maybe you can glean something out of this that I just can't.
She takes the letter and kind of says, "Well, I, you know what? I will read this, and I will even let our daughter proofread it later tonight. But I think for now, I think it's better that you pull yourself out of this gloominess. It's not what your mother would want."
As usual, you're right, my love. You're right. Ain't no point in moping. She wouldn't want that.
She smiles, leans up, plants a kiss on your lips, and then kind of leans and says, "Now I don't want to seem like a bad person, my dear, but I have to get to work."
I know, darling. I know.
She kind of settles down, kind of looks up at you for a moment, and that you can feel like the softness of her hand just slip away from you for a moment as she takes that letter and tucks it into her dress, and kind of just like takes a step back and says, "So I'll have a read of that tonight. And I was told to tell you that Ernie and your funny companion, Godwin, he wishes to see you in the Oaks Tavern as well. So perhaps I would.
You know what? It'll do me some good to be social. It's been a somber
and
week.
You know,
I just need some. I need some time out of the house.
My dear, I also said, like, I don't ask for very much when you leave, but I want you to take Ernie with you.
I will. That man's like my brother. He's coming with if I go.
Especially since that horseman disappeared.
He was always a weird one, but I mean, he kept the jobs and the cash flowing. So
don't say that about him. You don't know what kind of trouble he's in.
I'm pretty sure he just got arrested by the guards again. You know how he is.
I told
always
you,
fucking about and sticking his nose.
Have to show empathy to people.
You're right.
It's what makes you a lovely man. Go on, get out of here. Got to go and talk to some more clerks. I've got to deliver some letters.
Hopefully I'll see you tonight. And if I don't, well, it's okay. Spend however much time you need to, darling. And she just
I'll see you this evening, love.
Yet again, she just starts to walk towards the gate, which is in the opposite direction of where your kids and Ernie and Godwin left. She leaves the cemetery, giving you a fluttering wave.
After she is gone, Grom is going to say a quick prayer to Naveen over his mother's grave.
Okay.
Kind of bidding her a more private farewell. And afterwards, he is going to... he told his wife he was going to try to be more social with some compatriots in Ernie. So he's gonna go ahead and do that, not lying to his wife, and he's gonna head over to the Oak Tavern.
Okay. Let's say for ease, Octavia and Astrid are literally digging in to one of these lovely souffles. As Godwin and Ernie enter the Oaks Tavern. Mugs already surrounding the tables as you see the big old chested, heavy-breathing cook that is Andrew. Kind of is going, he's just staring.
This is the most delicious thing I ever did eat. Oh my god, this is amazing.
And he just punches you in the shoulder. And he just leaves.
I never would have guessed it. Oh, never. You said it.
What the fuck is he saying?
He's from the very deep south of Durham. It's his accent is very thick. His wife comes up.
No southern accent I've ever heard.
His wife comes in going, "Cheeky bastard." He's still got his twang.
He's still got his cooking skills too.
Oh my! You were not lying when you said this was going to be amazing, because this is amazing.
Oh,
It's a shame
Ernie!
that this
Oh, Vin, sorry, love. And she walks over and pulls up 2 chairs. Can I get you something else, Astrid?
some ale would be
No,
amazing.
I'll refill yours. Right, that's not fair. And she just waddles off into the back as the 2 truants return. That's the
Lenny, you gotta try the souffle.
That's the part where Godwin and Ernie say something.
I was just about to say something, and then
Y'all haven't killed anybody recently, right? Just checking.
why you seem to accuse me of killing things? I don't do that.
Oh, she seems to be doing that a lot.
No, just asking. Just that y'all heard there was murder yesterday, just down the street.
Definitely wasn't me. I was at the Black Crow.
I'll know about it when I'll have to dig that grave.
That was
Have you
wrong.
dug
This
any
family.
graves lately?
I mean, we just arrived from Grom's mother's funeral.
What? Oh, bless his heart.
That reminds me, Mrs. Oak, and Godwin will just approach her real quick. I know this isn't much. I will put down like 15 gold coins.
Yeah.
But I'm treating Grom and Ernie today to something. So as long as this is enough, don't ask them for money.
15 gold, darling. You're ridiculous. I can't accept 15 gold. I'll take 10 of it, right? Only because...
Have you seen I'm gonna be honest, have you seen Grom?
No, well, I haven't seen Grom for, a couple of days. I think his wife's home, so probably
No, he will be having a reason to indulge.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, well, you know what? I'll keep that for now. But if I feel like it doesn't feel it... We don't need the money that badly, darling. I'm just trying to keep the books happy for the Valentines.
That's okay, Mrs. O.
All right.
Well,
If Grom's coming, I'll get a big picture just for him.
And she kind of just waddles off.
And there's sounds of just someone just screwing a handle to a bucket.
Ja, verkligen, verkligen den Morden. Yes, I know, I'm using the big pail. Right, sorry, Ernie.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, as Mrs. Oak walks off probably earlier, just by saying, I think you best make it too. He's not having such a good day. Exactly.
Insight check. No, you know what, Ernie? Ernie, you probably heard enough dwarves in your day to try to understand what he's kind of saying. You get the general idea. Yeah, no, you're on point. You knew exactly what he said. He said, "Oh, that's sad. No man is ever the same once they've lost their mother."
You'd be right.
Mm. Yes, it's not just random mumbling.
There's actual translation. Holy fuck!
This is an accent. Don't worry.
You don't see Brave Pixar film? That's the Doric from the north of Scotland.
Yeah.
As got down with a grabbed mug, I guess, for him and Ernie. I won't be staying too long though. The grave will need some tending at the dusk.
Oh yeah, of course. Just make sure you make it look nice, for a little bit nicer than the rest of them, just for Grom. As a favour to me, if you don't mind. And it's not like raise my mug for him to cheers.
I will say that with that. Oh yeah, no, go for it. Go for it, Grom. Godwin, if you got something. I was gonna literally just say Grom comes in, but we'll wait till you're done.
Yeah, I will just turn to Octavia and say, by the way, Octavia, can you read notes?
Yeah, I can read like all sorts of things. I do write on occasion.
Oh, well, that would have been useful for the past couple of weeks to know. Well, for the past week to know. Regardless, Grom has a letter.
I don't think I would say that you don't know anything about this. I would say you would not know much about this, unless you were sitting there with binoculars.
Not really. I just assume that Godwin is fully aware of Naveen's lost children tradition.
I wouldn't say this has much to do with the tradition in itself, but it's.
I just wanted to screw like a little tidbit to that. There's some sort of since it's a flute.
Okay.
There's probably a ditty or a tune that must be hummed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think
I wanted to screw that particular bit in.
Okay.
So
I would say, you know what? Give me an. I don't know. Would that be an intelligence check? I guess you might know. Give me a religion check. Give me a religion check.
Yeah.
You might.
Let's go.
You might.
Let's fucking go. It's 13.
No. You know the tune. You can hum it.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't. I think it would. It's gonna. You're gonna need I guess an intelligence check from Octavia to try and translate it.
That's the idea. That's what I wanted to ask specifically, like to the details of it, because
Yep.
Godwin's not much of a singer.
Okay, go for it. Give me an intelligence check. You start humming a tune, going, "Maybe do you know this one?"
Drag this here. Okay. It's almost the 19. But it's 3.
3. No. No. Unfortunately, you're not doing it any justice. But it doesn't help that he's not very. Octavia doesn't know much about Naveen, honestly. Also, I should really do this so that we have
No problem.
dice rolls.
I'll
There we go.
I will. That's okay, Octavia.
I gave it my best shot. I'm not really good with funerals. Usually I play the wrong thing, it seems.
Well, people, in some tradition, people might appreciate your presence.
Speaking of presents, the door creaks open as Grom lurches forward.
Been a long fucking day. Anybody got a big ass cup?
Grom,
Got a
darling.
picture over there.
Sorry, Ernie, can you give me a hand here? And she seems to like try to struggle to lift it up onto the counter.
Yeah, I go over and like I struggle as well.
Okay, she put...
Grom is gonna walk up, see the fucking struggle with the big ass cup, and fucking.
That one must be for me.
Oh, there you go, darling. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for your. I'm sorry for your loss. I heard that it was a rather bad day. Don't you worry about the payment tonight, darling. All right.
I truly appreciate the sentiment and the courtesy.
An insight check, Ernie. This is from the kitchen again. Yeah. He says, "Is that the big one? I'll put some meat on." Make it 2.
Yeah, you best put half a cow on.
The character.
At least Grom could understand that one.
Man, I'm glad I'm getting rid of these characters. All right. It's getting a little to midday, the mid afternoon. You guys are all kind of sitting there having just telling some stories and whatever, sharing your rumors and such. I will let you have that for until you guys can kind of decide where you kind of want to go. I mean, we clearly have a bunch of interesting things that you guys all want to do, but I mean, there's only so much time on this planet. And of course, some things are more important in character developing wise, and some things are, thingies. But like I will say, you have a month of town shenanigans. You might as well earn your pay. Help people out who you can.
For the Gilderoy job, correct?
You have a month before the Gilderoy job, before Gilderoy literally reaches out and offers to give you, another opportunity to work for him. That's if you want to accept it, of course, as well.
Grom is still fairly interested in that job. It seems like it'd be good money.
Well, he's a good businessman. It's not like he tried to underhand you or take the money away once you were even accused of or murder. He seems like good people.
Rare in Treno.
Well, depends who you know, really.
Fair enough.
All right. So I will.
Are we gonna look into that murder at all, or are we?
It's up to you. I mean, murder's there.
I was gonna say, because Ernie probably during like the afternoon, and I would probably turn to Astrid and say, be like, this murder you had down the road. What more info you got on it?
What
can you tell me about it?
Oh, well, just Mrs. Oak told me about it. I hadn't heard anything about it. I came here after having dealing with family matters, and she just told me. And at first, I thought because she mentioned it was at the theater, and I thought that she was talking about what happened at Mr. Gilderoy's. But no, it was something all new at the theater here, and I went and needed to go get my Auntie Octavia to go investigate it more, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, so
definitely
she might
wasn't
know more.
me. Maybe, probably. Well, we should probably find out.
We need to find out if we need to get out of town. Right. So that's a good point.
To be fair, dearie, I will.
Town.
Sorry, I will admit. Sorry, not to interrupt, Mr. Grom. But if it was Octavia, I feel like, no offense, darling, but you are quite loud.
That's kind of why I'm thinking it's not me. I probably would have heard about it. I probably wouldn't have wound up on a floor.
Also, when you're wearing that garish hat, everyone would know it was you.
But this is a beautiful hat.
Oh, it's my mistake. I don't have my glasses on. She just, quickly just, moved back. Yeah, there's no DM in the scene. It's just you guys.
With my hat?
I'm just a disembodied voice on this scene, Bean. Don't worry about it.
I wondered if it was oversight, whoops.
No. It's on point. It's on point. But this is more focused on you guys at this point. I think that's more important.
Aw.
So, yeah, I guess Octavia turning to the rest. Have you guys heard anything about the murder as well? I mean, Astrid kind of just told me about it. I figured we'd come back here and then, souffles. I was feeling like second breakfast.
Wait, they got souffles?
Oh, yeah, you gotta try them.
Oh, Mr. Grom, be prepared for a nearly orgasmic experience in your mouth. Let me just tell you. It's just that good.
I can tell you from experience.
Oh, what?
Great.
You know what? Hand me that damn souffle. I'll be the judge of this.
Do it.
While we have mouth orgasms, apparently,
Yep.
I'm gonna ask: would Godwin notice any influx of burials to correspond with many of the other possible murders?
I would say no. You've not been in the city long enough to kind of correlate a bunch of data.
It's been a week. Right?
Yeah, I think if you were working there for a year, you'd be like, okay, that's a sudden increase.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too many. I will say that this has been the first in the street murder that's not been an accident. So that's odd. Usually it's gang fighting, and then the gangs kind of get rounded up and then arrested or whatever. But this is a murder where somebody found it in the morning. The body was left and then carted off. Well, it might be carted off. You're not sure. Literally, the seat that's part of the street has been cordoned off for. You'd have to actively go and look.
Then Godwin will just say, "We can just go and ask the guard." If that's of any concern.
Well, I can wrap all this up for you guys if you like. If you want to go and have a little wander.
Not really.
Yes,
I mean,
please.
I'm
yes,
trying
please.
to get shit faced before I go any fucking where.
Oh.
Hey,
Come on.
Octavia, you're one of them musicians, huh? You can play instruments and read notes and shit, yeah?
I could diddle a tune, yeah.
All right, come here. I got something for you to look at. And Grom is going to very I assume he's about half of his fucking big ass drink in. He's slightly intoxicated. He's going to just grab Octavia and fucking reach into his jacket pocket and grab the coin. The fuck's them? I can't read music. I don't know how to fucking read music. What the fuck is that?
Let me take a look here and see what I can discern. This might have been what Godwin was trying to to hum to me earlier, but I couldn't get any of it. Let me take a look. Do you want to?
No, you don't even need to roll for this. It's just two notes. It's two notes that you can easily play on your instrument, on any instrument really. But it does seem that this would be preferably played on actual piccolo kind of flute.
Got it. I don't know if I have that. I think I know I have a lyre.
I mean, you can play it on anything. It's just literally just two notes.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just I don't know.
If it's just two notes, I mean,
She's yeah, I guess looking at the coin, looking over it, like pulls the lira off her back for the time being, considering that's what she has. Like, looks like another instrument, but this will work for right now, and kind of just starts playing it out. That sound right? Sound about right to you?
It's not it's not really remarkable. It doesn't kind of remind you of anything. It's just
all right. Well, doesn't sound familiar to nothing I can remember from. Never mind. Thanks, Octavia.
Is there like lyrics on it, or is it just notes?
It's just a bone coin with the symbolism of the flute and the it's got a flute carved into it with the a few chords in a particular order.
Got it.
And maybe if we get back in his pocket.
Maybe if we get a flute, we can see if it does anything else. Sorry to hear about your loss there too, Grom.
Again, I appreciate it.
And he's just gonna knock back the rest of his fucking tankard.
Okay.
So you guys want to go fucking investigate something, huh?
Well, it seems like we got another murder that happened. We could try our hands at that again, as long as I don't
We getting contracted by the city or something now? I mean, I haven't even seen you guys in like a week.
Well, it's just Astrid came up to me and let me know about there was a murder here, and hey, it could be some money, something to do.
Who's footing the bill for us to go investigate?
Wait, Mrs. Oak, was there a reward with that?
Reward?
Have you heard?
Mostly
reward?
information, darling. I think the guards are literally just taking people from the streets. It took place outside of what's that? Mr. Siege's workshop. Yeah. He's a nice
Mr.
fellow.
Siege's, that's
it's Mr. Siege. Oh, what's his name? Lorenzo.
This damn boy,
Lorenzo.
That's Lorenzo's place. I haven't seen Lorenzo in there.
Lorenzo and Mr. Siege. Yes, those lot are rather good craftsmen. So, and they probably want their streets cleaned up. So I don't know if you want to pop over there. I'm sure he would love to get that street started to getting put back up again.
Astrid, why didn't you just say it was across the street from Lorenzo?
Well, she hadn't told me that yet. But Mrs. Oak, do you think that the same people that are buying your inn offered to buy his place and they didn't take the offer?
No, I don't think it's anything like that. Lorenzo is a very well crafted man. He's literally one of the best in the city. I don't think he can afford to, pay his price. We don't really have any debate. This is just property, darling. We don't really have a skill. We can get pretty much any cook he wants, and then can just hire them. Fortunately, that's my problem and my husband's problem.
Mm.
I don't think it's anything like that, but maybe you're onto something, darling, and I don't know. Best you head out. I'll set up and I'll make sure to keep all this warm for you. We're going to put on, I think my husband's putting on a roast, so that'll be ready before sundown. Mr. Grom, I heard that you very much like your red meats.
Oh, I fucking love them.
A certain little man told me.
Appreciate you, Ernie. He's not that small, though. He's kind of big. Look at him.
He just gives a wink to Grom, but then he just glares over at Mrs. Oak.
Oh, I better get started. And she just quickly walks over and starts peeling some potatoes and throwing them into a pan.
Grom, you're gonna need a little bit of time to just.
I'm getting shit-faced as we're going to do investigations. I don't give a fuck no more.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Oak, can I get another big-ass cup for the road, please?
Just help yourself to the barrel, darling. And she just...
You're a fucking sight, give me that.
As you fill up your cup, and you all gather your things, and you start to head out to the main street. The midday sun is above you, glaring down. It feels warmer today. I would like everybody to give me a perception check.
Let's go. Abilities, no. Skills.
Perception. That is 15 from Grom.
Ooh, 19.
Good. Astrid, Godvin, and Astrid and Godvin. As you enter the street, right? There is a little bit of like, for some reason, it's odd. You can feel there's some precipitation in the air. Almost like a light fog in the streets, which is odd for this time of day. Also odd for just this in general, as the city streets are usually never like hit with mist. It's very faint though, very faint. It just feels like the air itself is just kind of thick with moisture. As you guys continue to walk down the streets, unfortunately, Ernie, Octavia, and Grom are just they don't really pay much attention to to the way the atmosphere is kind of affecting them. We will say
Ernie and Octavia cheering on Grom like chug.
I mean, Grom is literally just fucking two-handed the barrel, fucking downing it.
Yeah. As you get to the end of the street, you'll notice that there's a bunch of carts that have been kind of lined up, and then you'll see like a huge man, like flesh-colored, like not even wearing a shirt, has a leather band around his waist, carrying a big old club that is kind of like locked on to what looks like a scarf that goes all the way up his belly, right? But he's clearly quite ripped.
Oh my.
You are not allowed to come through the street here.
Hold on, who the fuck is you to tell me where I can and cannot go? Right?
I'm a god of the city.
Alright, that's fair enough.
You are, sir, you are the entire city guard, are you not? I mean, oh my word.
No, I work under the name Wall. I'm not allowed to let anyone pass. I'm sorry. You must find another way to your work.
He said he works under the name Wall?
Yes, Wall.
He
is my superior. Wall.
Oh, I thought you said you worked on the wall.
No.
I was gonna say you are the wall.
It's very confusing. His name is Wall.
His name is Wall. Got it.
Wait a minute. Me and Ernie here, we know Wall. Good friends with him. Isn't that right, Ernie?
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll say friends, but...
Great friends with him. He hates our fucking guts.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. He hates us, yeah.
Give me a persuasion check.
Let me see. Hey, that's a 19 from Grom.
Yeah, I love how he's like, oh yeah, and then Ernie ruins it. It's just like, yes, the Wall is unfortunately, he is a bit of a strict man, which is why I do not wish to get on his bad side. So what can I do for you? Do you have any questions? I'm telling you what I can. I'm not allowed to let you pass unless you have direct, of course, permission from, Mr. Wall himself.
All right, but how can we get permission from Mr. Wall if Mr. Wall is behind you? And
he's not in there. He's in the stronghold, the barracks back home. Over there. He literally pulls up his long arm. By the way, this guy is also about the same stature of you. He's not as tall. He's about 7 feet, but he is like quite big, right? That's when he snaps suddenly and goes, "Wait a minute, you." Grom!
Yeah, that's me.
I have never prayed to you before. But I know your... but I know your name. You are a fist fighter.
That's right, that's me.
Oh!
You look...
You are my hero!
No, fuck it, hold on here. I got this extra taken.
Oh my god, I cannot believe it. I get to keep this? Oh, alright, okay, listen to me. Alright? Can you sign it, Mr. Bunger?
You got something like a... Hold on.
Hey,
here, I got a knife right here.
Little bad! And he points to Octavia. Sign it!
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll sign it. Yeah.
No, not you.
Let me-
Give him the pen.
Well,
I'll pull out an arrow
the
and
performances you see. Doesn't know who this guy is.
He doesn't- no, it's very confusing for everybody. Because if you could just sign Mr. Bunga, that would be great. And also, if you need anything, Grom, I would love you to come to me, okay? Mr. Wall himself, he's very dangerous, okay? He will arrest you if you commit a crime, but...
I know this, well, I'm not doing no crimes.
But if you come to me first,
right
I will be able to help you.
All right, I love
You know?
Grom is going to sign his name as best he can while he's fucking intoxicated on the tankard itself.
Thank you very much. Okay, wait a minute. He just points and goes, okay, it should be good. Alright, I'll let you all pass, but don't touch anything, alright? It's a serious crime, I could get in trouble.
Alright, look, we was never here, we won't touch a fucking thing, I promise.
Also, wait, is that Ernie? Oh my god!
Yeah, that's Ernie, he's with me all the time.
Ernie! I've never prayed to you before.
That's an interesting greeting, to be fair.
Ernie just sort of stands there, chest puffed out, arms down his hips, oh, yeah, that's me.
I heard that one time you even beat Grom. That is hilarious. Funny joke.
He got me good a couple of times, he's fucking good.
What?
He gets you.
My god.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's right.
You two, alright, you know what? Where are you staying? I would love to share some stories with you.
So I got my house back on the other side of town.
You live in Treno? What?
Of course I live in Treno.
Oh
It's
my
hometown.
god.
I fucking love Treno.
I live in Treno.
You live in fucking Treno.
That is amazing. Right. We could share bodybuilding tips.
I need a good fucking... I need another gym partner.
Never mind. Wait, I'll get into... listen, I can't. I have to. I'm on duty. God, sorry. Continue. Go. Get out of here. Get to the siege works. The siege works is where Lorenzo lives. As you go down the street,
Leave him your bear. Leave him that tank. He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Is it still half full? Is
There's some broth in there, probably.
He's still got booze in it. His Grom is starting to drink out of the fucking the barrel itself.
So, as you guys walk down the street, you do notice that there's a couple of guards who are a little bit more timid, and they're just standing to the side. There's an old there's a smaller lady with a blue tunic on, and she's just leaning over, kind of just staring at this body, kind of almost perplexed that you guys are now just suddenly approaching. Excuse me? What? And then you just see guards just take steps going, alright, what's going on here then? Oh, bloody hell, it's Grom. Ernie, Jesus Christ, what are you lot up to? Not Octavia as well. What the? Alright, okay, something's definitely going here. This is a joke, right? Is this just a plan?
We're just trying to do a little bit of...
we don't really have time for this, alright? This is a serious matter. There's a murder, right? You can clearly see over there. Very intricate process here. We're trying to figure out if this is real, if this is an actual murder case, or if this is just some silly little hoax gone wrong.
It's just a prank, bro.
Well, sir, I would like to introduce the Grom Ernie Mystery Squad. That is us, this group of us right here. We are the Grom Ernie Mystery Squad, and we're here to investigate.
That name needs work, darling, but right, fair enough. I'm sorry.
You can call us Gems.
Gems.
Yes, GEMS. That's right. That's what it's.
You're the
Just call us
Gems.
Gems. We're the Gems.
Okay.
That's right.
Right. Okay. So, let me get this straight. What are you trying to do exactly? You want to know some information, is it?
Well, of course. First off, is where we need to know what if there's a reward for the solving of this mystery.
A reward. It just happened this morning. Listen, we're a little booked, right? If you're willing, if you know anything, and there might be a reward.
We are an accomplished mystery-solving team. Case in point,
Let me just talk to the superior. And he just turns
Mr.
around.
Gilderoy has given us his highest recommendation.
Mr. Gilderoy is a cheat and a fool.
Yeah, well, even though he's a cheating fool, we did save his ass at his birthday party because there was a crazy murder mystery.
Yeah, go for it. What are you looking for exactly?
Can I check? I just wish to observe the woman in the.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Examining the body.
Yep.
Just to see if she has the most authority on the scene.
Yeah.
When he says Gilderoy's a cheat.
Yeah.
Gilderoy's a cheat.
Yeah.
Octavius is going to be like, yeah, that sounds about right.
He once cheated the rest of the guards in Treno out of their pensions and their Christmas bonuses. Right. He's a very sly man, right? Now, using that name is all great and all, but let's be honest, he's one of the elite. It's very difficult for the people down here to kind of really trust that man's words. I will have a little talk with my superior, and then we'll maybe think about if you can help. Right? Turns around.
Okay.
Really goes over to the lady. I'll let you have a
So the
moment
body
to...
is there.
Yeah, you can see
right?
the body. Yeah.
Can I do
Before
it?
he leaves.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, take turns again.
Before he leaves, what did I get for my 7? I didn't understand shit.
Nothing. You just
Okay, so...
you were too busy just going, that's a pretty blue. And like you don't really see anything. It looks like she's looking at the body, but you can't tell. You can only see the back of her. You know.
The shovel clings at the pavement.
Yep.
There's a distinct sound of rustling of paper. Just Godwin takes a couple of steps to the lady. Dear sir and or madam, my name is Godwin Wolfsbane. I represent the Order of Kellamvor. In the light of the recent passing of your beloved or acquaintance, we're offering the burial services for a small fee and or lodging.
Godwin, I think that's one of the
In case of violent and
town
untimely passing of your beloved relative acquaintance, I would like to offer the assistance in any recovery and investigation. Please allow us to assess the state of the body and grant us access to it. And he will pull out the third paper with an official seal, just showing it, offering it to read, which basically just verifies his identity.
The woman kind of just for a moment seems a little taken back, and then glances over to Astrid, and then back to Godwin. I see. You are. Oh, this. Did you sign this? This is horrible. Is that your signature? That's looks like an official document. Can't imagine you forged it. Well, I mean, I'm currently worked off of my own. Well, I have plenty of tasks to do today. I will put this in your charge, as long as, of course, you are well trusted. You said that you are known by Gilderoy, which means if you are indeed, well, let's just say workers of said man, he will suffer the consequences of your misdoings. I hope you are fine with that. Even with this piece of paper which says that you are legitimate, someone must pay the price if you, of course, are not found helping and are indeed found, well, hindering our investigation. I will allow you to have a look. He literally points to Astrid and just has a quick glance over, and then you can see what seems to be chalk that is like written, that's kind of been engraved on the floor there, circling the body, as there's a large pool of blood that is still a little stickly, that seems to be around the neck. You can see okay, damn. That's pretty good. You can see the eyes look a little hazed with white, and the corpse is open. It's a woman. Her hair has been almost torn, like it's been held tightly, and fingers have kind of tried to yank it back. And not only that, but the skin on her forearms and her legs have been just peeled off slowly. So you can see the bone, the white bone, mixed with the bright red flesh.
Wow.
And her dress is also torn to shreds. It's there's a little bit of, booby and stuff like that. It's not a very nice scene. It's clearly very graphic.
Instantly disgusted by the scene, Grom is gonna head over to Lorenzo's.
Booby.
Yeah, booby. There's a bit of booby.
There's a singular exposed breasticle.
Yes, there's a breasticle. It does not look good. It's covered in blood, and there's more torn flesh. It's a murder scene, okay? It's not supposed to look great, right?
How much of the skin is flayed away?
Is
it all,
it's like slivers. So think of piano keys. Each piano key is flayed. Right? Think of a pattern. It's a very young woman. It's a very young woman.
Is it a pattern?
No, it's most like they've taken strips off of her arms and legs.
Surgically or torn?
It looks torn. Flayed would be the it looks a little bit of.
You can flay with
it's more like it looks flayed, as in it starts good and it starts with a knife and then it looks torn, like it's just been yanked off. Yeah, exactly, torn.
I like how, according to investigation checks, Astrid saw all of that. And Godwin just went, "Yep, she's dead."
She's dead.
Also, you got Panda's got a +4 to inspiration.
So with Godwin next to me, I'm just gonna look over and be like, I can't tell if this was an animal that might have. It was definitely torn, like maybe a crime of passion, or an angry animal. This is.
I will also say with your 19,
yes.
There is faint footsteps that have clearly tread in the blood and gone off down the street.
Zombies. And I'll look that way, and what do I see over there?
You just
I'll
see
point.
you see tracks.
You see them.
You see the murderer going. You got me.
Oh shit! I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you kids and your orc too.
Your eyes. Your eyes. Yeah.
No, but you see a pair. You see a pair like a set of tracks that just seem to lead off. I will give you more detail about the tracks. It looks like a big pair of hefty boots. So it looks as if a man or something has done this and then headed off. The woman who is looking at you kind of then just glances over, saying, "Do you see it too?"
Oh my. Well.
Yes, she's dead.
She said, "By see it too, you're talking about the nature of the tear marks, or those tracks that head off in that direction."
Oh, there are tracks.
Are clearly of a large man. Very large man.
Didn't see the tracks. I will send you there. Yeah, and she points out the two men. You go over. I want you to check those buildings. Head down that way and find out where those tracks go.
Well, Matt, you might want a little backup, because whatever did this is clearly very dangerous.
Well, no, listen.
And
my intuition has told me already. This is at least been here since dawn. The character will not be anywhere nearby. I believe so. Who would be?
Is it normal for the eyes to go white like that this quickly after death, or is that normal?
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
You said it with such confidence, and I don't want to contradict you.
I mean, he is our leading expert at the moment.
Sometimes I get it wrong on purpose for comedic effect. I would say that, like, it's true. Technically, it is true, but this is different slightly. Like, it looks as if her, like, it looks as if she was staring at someone and was very, very much wide awake while this was happening.
Oh.
And you can see, like, the wells of, like tears kind of, like, having dried on her skin, making it blotchy, and whatever kind of makeup she was wearing is just, like, matted and kind of, unpleasant looking, smeared.
Or streaked is the technical term.
Streaked. Yeah, sorry, I don't do my own makeup.
Is it only Lorenzo's place that's nearby? There's other homes and stuff.
There's Lorenzo's workshop is literally like facing it, and then there's the there's a couple of buildings that have been thingy. There's a bakery that's been closed down for the day, and there's literally just another like merchant stand that's been moved, which is the 2 carts that have been moved to the end of the street as a barrier.
Which I did mention Grom was going to head towards Lorenzo's.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to interrupt.
No, that's okay. And we'll get there in a minute.
Who was she? Is she related to Lorenzo, or who was this?
That's what we're trying to find out. She didn't have anything on her.
Well, clearly.
Well, maybe it is also worth finding out who owns the bakery. Maybe they heard something. This doesn't seem like it would be kind of the quiet thing that would happen in the street.
Well, we're still trying to figure out if it happened here or if she was just dropped here. But if that is the case, then, well, it's hard to tell with what we have here.
Well, is there a massive blood pool around the body? Because
yes, there
clearly...
is. There is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It happened here. Like, I'm pretty sure she bled out here.
Yeah.
I will say also, she's not like a fucking T-posed creature. It does look like she was flat on her face and has been like turned around to be inspected. Could probably have mentioned that she was clearly running away or something.
But there's like no blood being dragged into here. There's only the footprints leading.
There is blood that has pooled around her head area, and the footprints have led off down the street. Which I guess if you followed as well, the guards are they're literally going, all right, we're going to have a look. And one of them comes back going, we lost the tracks. Sorry. What is your name, miss? Like kind of pointing to Astrid.
My name is Astrid.
Well, could you, we would require assistance to follow the tracks, ma'am.
Sure.
Yeah, and they literally just like, they just kind of like wander off towards you, just kind of like following your lead.
I need a Scoby snack.
All right, Octavia, what was your?
I was just asking about if there was like blood leading in. Basically, I kind of already answered that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe let's go see with Lorenzo. I'll kind of go with Grom over there and see if he maybe saw her, knew anything.
All right. Okay, so as you head into the siege works, you see Grom kind of like sitting, I guess. He's sitting on like one of the anvils as a very churlish man with a very fiery brimstone kind of face and beard made of fire, kind of sits smoking like a large pipe that's made of made of iron, essentially made of a metal. You're not quite sure. It looks like iron. As he brings the heated iron to his lips, he just puffs a set of smoke, going, "Well, Grim, I would have to say it's not my day. It's not my day at all."
No, it's not been a good fucking week either.
It's
just been shit after shit.
I've got Siege downstairs. You guys haven't played cards in a while.
I mean, I could go play cards with Siege, but I got a friend outside, a small lady named Astrid. I think she's friends with some lady named Octavia.
Just as that Octavia comes in.
Hey, that's the one. That one's Octavia. Anyway, the Astrid wanted to investigate some fucking murder that happened in the streets. I was just trying to get pissed drunk because some family matters.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope nothing too serious.
Mom passed.
Oh, well, my condolences.
That's why I got the fucking barrel in my arm, and he pats the fucking keg he's been tugging from.
Should be very careful, mate. You shouldn't, be walking around with it.
No, it was given to me by one of the lady Mrs. Oaks.
Well,
and she told me I could have it, so I've been down in it the whole time.
Be sure to return the barrel, all right?
That's a good point. I won't toss it away because barrels get fucking expensive. But it was coming in here. It's fucking gruesome out there. You gotta have heard something if it happened right outside.
Unfortunately, I was the one that reported it. Siege was the man who came in. He spent the night in the basement, working away like he does. You know how those Warforged behave.
Yeah, he wouldn't have heard shit from down there. He ever got them sensors fixed? He couldn't hear shit a couple, 6 months ago? Tried calling his name.
He tried to fix himself, but he's been like that for a while. Hang on a minute, let me call him. Siege! Oi! I think he charged himself this morning. Oh well. You hear the sudden, steps. Octavia, as you're coming into the room and you make your way over, the door kind of you hear a creaking door go, and just pull open. Almost kind of being ripped off its hinge. It's a big, heavy oak. And then you kind of hear this loud steps of metal, kind of like a running. It's almost running, but it's just too heavy. So it's very a slow walk, or either a bigger person just trying to lift something. In that moment, though, you just see the top of the stairs as this black charcoal skull is just illuminating from a very dim candlelight as a Warforged by the name of Siege steps into the light. You can see the dark yellow eyes, which are clearly just gemstones that have been kind of what's the term? Stuck in his skull.
Embedded.
Yeah, embedded. That's the word. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He literally goes, Octavia. Good to see you. Grum.
Good to see you, Siege.
Siege, my boy.
I see you early birds, not the time I get to see you during, morning. It's midday by now, but morning for as Siege as he stands up. Hey, you can see most of him. The last time you saw him, Octavia, was very much there was part dwarf of him. He is very much half of that body is now full Warforge. Parts of him have been replaced. His arm is now literally a full-on black gauntlet with the fingers and almost kind of I want to say kind of like a claw on the other hand, which is clearly meant for just to help him just doing all that heavy forge work that he does downstairs.
I see you've been making some upgrades. How's that hearing? How's the hearing going? You get that fixed up?
The hearing is fine. His voice is also very echoey. It's clearly it's not coming from him, it's coming from inside him.
Well, nice. I mean, I know you've had some hearing issues in the past, so
we Oh, sorry, go for it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Did you happen to hear anything that was going on out in the streets over there? It sounds like, commotion, murder. I'm sure you've seen it. Your shop's closed, the street's closed. It's, yeah.
No, unfortunately, the evening was very much quiet.
I should have invited you out then. It was a pretty fun night over at the Black Crow.
I do not indulge in liquids.
Yeah, but there's cards and stuff,
Lorenzo kind of leans forward, going, Oh, you know each other, do you? Oh, that's good to know. That's good to know.
We've met each other in the past a few times. I've paid some visits here and there, and kind of seen the changes over the years.
I mean, he's a fine blacksmith. I'm sure he's done some work for you. You're what, one of those fancy magicians? Is that it?
Right, more musician.
Oh, musician.
But apparently,
right.
Music,
Rom
not
and Ernie
music.
a little bit more popular right now. I guess just a little bit of irritation in her voice.
So I will.
Come on, everyone knows you get popular when you get to beat up the big ones.
Well, yeah.
Rom will give like a little flex.
Alright, just enjoy your time in the sun.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we can be. Like, we didn't witness anything. The only thing that we heard was discovering the body in the morning.
Do you recognize the lady that's in there? I mean, it's kind of all manipulated and mutilated, so
I've never seen her before, and of course, like Siege over there, he's not seen her either. It's a damn shame, but we're literally technically under a house arrest until this whole thing's played over. There's been no other suspects.
I mean, I think they found some tracks up there from your daughter, niece.
My niece, yeah.
Yeah, her niece Astrid found some tracks leading. I think it was away from your shop.
Well, that's
kind of got a little lead there, but seems like they're now investigating. Went a certain amount of space, and then that was it. It kind of fizzled out.
right. Well, I mean, we can't go anywhere. We're just trapped in here, and we got to look at that until they move the body. And it looks like, and he just glances out the window, and he sees Godwin kind of like looking over at the body, kind of inspecting it himself. It's a damn shame. Not a perfect way to end the week. It's 2 dead people already. Foods turned sour, and now we got this mist.
2 dead people. Was there a second?
Oh, well, yeah, well, sorry, Grom's mother has passed. Did you not know?
Oh, no, I mean, I thought you meant part of this.
Oh.
But yes.
Well, I don't
Again,
know.
my condolences, Grom.
Appreciate it again.
Godwin.
Yes.
The woman in blue is still standing there, inspecting the corpse, writing in her notepad, all in cursive, which you can't read.
No.
Give
My only weakness.
she
religion and cursive.
she glances over to you, saying, "So, what do you make of this body? Are you cult? Are you thinking cult? Are you thinking a murderer? Are you thinking revenge? What? I would like to know your thoughts as what is that?" And she kind of like inspects your garb for a moment, kind of seeing there's no real kind of signs that you are technically a priest or an acolyte of Calamite. Besides,
I'm in civilian clothing.
yeah,
as well,
exactly.
with a shovel.
Literally,
I
the
just
only
have
thing about you is the piece of paper that you handed her.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, one more question. Just like, like you're fucking Columbo over here.
Speaking of Colombo, I should probably run insight then, just to see if I can not really deduce, but just can at least try to check if this is, if not religious, then if it's a calculated attack or just a spur of the moment, right?
Okay. Yeah. I'll say, you know what? I'll say, can I switch this real quick? There we go. Just so everybody can see. It was a 12.
Can I switch to it and it's just a massive picture of a mutilated corpse on the stream.
And here's the corpse. Yeah. There.
Oh, yum.
There's the booby.
I took a picture today.
Yeah. No.
I'm approaching preparation for my sessions very seriously.
Yeah. That's I'm a very serious DM. That's me. There's I will say, as you're kind of like looking it over, kind of trying to get the vibe of how this attack is, it does clearly feel
sadistic. You get the vibe that somebody wanted this girl to be in fear and pain. Considering the way, I'll say this also, like where you glance to see where the tracks were coming from, part of you could also see like the faint footsteps of her toes just kind of coming this way. She was barefoot. So you can kind of look at the base of her feet and you can see that she's been running for a while. And the cobbled streets with barefoot, Grom can tell you, like a whole day of walking on Treno's cobblestone streets is not comfortable.
You better have some calluses on your fucking feet if you want to do it.
Yeah, Godwin will just give the body the look over. Just look at the lady and say, nah. Kellumbor usually frowns on untimely demises, but this one seems intentional. It doesn't really matter if it was a cult or a murderer. He wanted her to suffer. He wanted her to be afraid. She's been running for a while. He wanted her to give him chase. So it was a sadistic hunt.
You can see a smile on her face for a moment. Give me an insight check. Yeah, for a second, you're like, ugh. Like, just, you get a weird vibe off of this woman as she smiles. Kind of like flicks her fingers, like clips them together, going, I knew it. I knew it. I'm beginning to think. Well, she glances around for a moment. I'm beginning to think that this might be a serial murderer.
Serial?
You didn't hear
others like this?
You did not hear this from me. You will tell your group. This city has been under threat from a sadistic man. It's been hard to track him because he's been very clever. He's never given us a witness. He always kills them. There's so much we don't know. But this is the third victim. The last one was in the theater district, which was hard at all to cover up. That's why the guards have been so busy lately. Their night shifts have been up and around. Pretty much all of the higher districts have been running patrols right and left. All we have, and she kind of like leans into her pocket, pulling out a card that has like a symbol of like what looks like a jester with a dragonborn tail that's like wrapped around the clown's clothing, and the card is like has bloodied fingerprints all over it, with a big old grin on the front of it. This is the only thing that identify the same connection to these murders.
Was this type of thing on everybody?
This was found inside of her dress. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to let the public in on this, as it might cause scares. And
I understand. Give me a moment. I'm opening the clothing. Just making notes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you do that, we'll cut to Astrid then, who is literally following the patrol. So wait, you telling me we go this way?
Boys, slow down. Get behind me.
Ernie, are you also? Sorry, just so we're clear. Ernie, where are you going with Astrid? Out of curiosity, because you've been quiet.
I'll be going with Ash.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Awesome.
Right. So, sorry. Right. Yeah. I mean, no offense, Astrid, but we have been, we are guards. Like, this is our job. Also, the murderer will not really be around here if there is one. The perpetrator has been gone for quite some time. I know you're excited. I know this is your first chase. But it's very rare that the murderer is actually in the, the vicinity.
Right. Well, so, sir, what you might not understand is that this is about the preservation of evidence, right? We're not necessarily like thinking, oh, the bad guy's going to be at the end of this blood trail, but we want to preserve this evidence so that any clues that might lead us to the bad guy will be left intact. So I don't want you like stepping on these prints. And as we go, we just have to be careful and thoughtful and mindful of where we're stepping and what we're touching in case it might be evidence.
So,
I think that y'all are the best guards. I'm glad that you're here in case someone is lurking.
Right.
I feel safer.
Cool. Right. Is she always like this? And he looks at Ernie.
I suggest you do what the good lady says.
Right. No disrespect.
I need a pipe.
Give me another perception check. Also, Ernie, if you want to add yours to it, you can.
Perception or investigation?
I will let you decide.
Mm-hmm. There, did it roll? Go. Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh. Shit. God damn it! Another thing I have to change. Somebody roll a d5. No, babe. Put a number between 1 and 5.
I was about to say all I have is a fucking D10.
Marcy, you get +3. To your
yeah.
next roll. Thank you very much. Right. Okay. As you guys are now putting together, essentially a little grid as you start to walk down this pavement. The two guards stop for a second and they just like lean against the wall, going, "Well, it seems that the tracks have gone missing, right?" And as you get to this wall, it seems like a dead end. There's a door on the left. And there's a door on the right. One of them is what looks like a big metal gate that seems to lead down into the sewers. And then there's one to the right which leads down, which technically leads up into the upper district. But that is like a guard. It's essentially a shortcut to one of the guard towers. So literally, you just see like a man, literally like just standing outside, like on patrol, going like looking at you. What seems to be going on here? What? Now he's just standing there by the tower, like looking past. Like
so the
directly opposite.
The trail ends at a wall.
With your perception check, it looks as if or your investigation, it looks as if the trail has stopped there. There's no footprints, there's no smeared blood, there's no nothing. It just looks like there's two doors, one on the left, one on the right. One's guarded by a very like a kind of half shaken kind of man. His armor barely fits. Clearly he's been on duty since like 6 a.m.
So the other door for the guards here, is that like a guards barracks or something like that?
It's basically like it's kind of like what you would call like a watchtower. So it's like patrol members just come, they take over from the from the barracks. They send out troops every so often so that they can replace them with other people, just so that this part of the city is not, the wall is not essentially compromised. It will lead up to the theater district. Which, clearly they don't want the poor getting in there without being noticed.
Yeah, and have the poles going up to the rich folks' spot.
Ernie, you think there might be a hidden door or something? That's kind of weird.
Well, it looks
well,
like...
They don't hide a door. That'd be impossible to bloody find.
It looks...
As I try and lean against the wall.
Okay. You lean against the wall. The guard that seems to be opposite going, What's going on here, guys?
Just following the trail of the steps that have led away from the poor deceased woman in front of the shop down the road there.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, none of my business, mate. Not until I get relieved. One of the guards that comes with you.
Come by here anytime soon.
Well, there was somebody at some point. I've been here since 6. It was actually 2 people, actually, if I remember right. The first one, well, he urinated against that wall over there. Big, tall bloke, long hair. Ooh. It was very early, so like I couldn't quite tell the colour, but very long hair. Very gaunt looking. Oh, odd man. Didn't respond when I called him out. I just assumed he was drunk.
Can you describe him with a little like what was he wearing?
Oh,
what
just
kind of build. What?
Very gaunt, mate. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, clearly, like, he almost looked, well, how do you take? Like, a bit like my ex-wife.
How tall was he? Like,
as tall as me. Yeah. Clearly looked human,
What was he wearing?
Oh, well, like I said, like, a couple of tunics. He was wearing some sort of cloak.
What color? Like,
oh, it was too early. Like, it was a black color. Maybe blue. Difficult to tell.
Probably green.
So, is this reminding me at all of the guy I saw walking into my uncle's shop?
No. Maybe, though. No.
Wait, did you pause for a long time and just say maybe, though?
No, I said no. I said no, and then maybe, though. No, I would say if... it sounds very familiar. Like, the gaunt, like, look kind of could fit with that. I will say that, like, considering this guy seemed to be a bit more, like, huddled up, like, clearly, like, trying to warm himself rather than what the man who was wearing, which was kind of like a very fancy uniform. So I would say, like, you could maybe, if you wanted to take a stretch and say, like, that could be the same person, I will let you investigate that if you want to.
Or same organization, right?
Does it?
So
Yeah.
They're the same uniform.
It did, like, they weren't wearing any Valentine colors. Not really.
Mm.
We're told by our superiors to ignore that. So.
Well, where did he go?
Well, he just took a piss on that wall, and then he went back to wherever the hell he came from.
Well, he turned around and went back up this road?
Yeah, pretty much. And then, of course, there was the other guy, and he went, well, I assumed he was like some sort of city inspector or something, because he just opened that gate, and I don't even have the key for that.
Hmm. And can you describe him?
Ernie's gonna go up to the gate for the sewer or whatever, and like try it.
It opens.
I'm gonna sniff Ernie's back.
While you're sniffing Ernie's back, your hand, Ernie, has a mass amount of blood on it.
Oh my!
Well, that's never happened before.
Is that mine?
Listen. Well, it looks like he went down to the sewers then.
Yeah, it appears so. Of that, or someone's pissed blood over this door, and he Harry just wipes the blood onto like he's it's like what trousers.
Oh.
Oh no! There's a man with a kidney failure in the sewers.
Excuse me, sir. Are you telling me that a man who clearly had a considerable amount of blood on him walked by and you did not even notice blood? That you just don't look that much? There's blood everywhere.
I mean, from what I saw, it was just a man wearing what looked like a very scarlet towel over his shoulder, and I just assumed it was like I don't really know. Okay, I'll be honest, it's my first day.
Mm.
It's my first day.
All right, that's a lie. It's not my first day. But I will say,
last day.
I will say, I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, right? I see a lot of weird things. I try to keep my business to myself, right? I don't know when I'm looking at a Valentine criminal, right? The last time I tried to chew someone up and do my job, I got into trouble for it and I lost my dental.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm not in charge of your job, but sir, I'm disappointed that I'm just Ernie. Let's go and let's go down. Let's go.
Right. Well, Astrid, we're going to take some questions from this man, and we'll leave you to it. We'll also guard the door, and then, of course, if you could update the officer, we'll probably have to send someone in and maybe do a further inspection in case he might be down there in the sewers.
Okay.
We're not free to go.
No, you can go. Like, they're just telling you, like, please alert the rest of the guards. I'm making notes. Sorry, just do your own thing.
I'm doing the same. So.
All right. Yeah. So Lorenzo and Godwin, and we'll just say that everyone's moved indoors while they start to put the this cloth over the lady. Start to just pull in
including the blue woman.
What? The blue woman? Yeah. No. Everybody is technically, now that everything has been kind of like put away and dealt with. They start to clean up the street so that it can, you know, return to said street.
Fair enough. I just wanted to ask her name and how to find her. If you find anything else.
My name is Carol. Carol Dentures.
Cool.
You will be able to find me, Carol Dentures. You'll be able to find me at the, of course, at the military training stronghold, which is, of course, you know that it's in the center of town, just north of the religious district. It's the headquarters for Treno's enforcement agency, and of course, it's where the wall resides. You can tell that she's looking at Grom as she says the wall.
The fuck you looking at me for? I ain't done nothing illegal.
I've heard everything about you, Grom. The wall does not like you.
I mean, he can piss the fuck off. I ain't did nothing to him, no have I? I've been drinking my booze, bit. Wait, let me... Grom. No, I'm Grom. Ernie. Public intoxication ain't a fucking crime, is it?
Yeah. Lorenzo. Like Ernie's not even there. It's like Lorenzo. Like Lorenzo literally goes, "I think you might have had a little too much."
I should bring this fucking barrel back.
May I do a funny?
Do a funny. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna expel five of my holy points to just slap Grom on the shoulder a little bit. A little bit of sparks fly. I'm alleviating his intoxication poison, like his alcohol poisoning.
No, he's been working so hard on this.
No, that'll be better.
I fucking hate you so much right now.
You're not. By the way, your nostrils flare up. You get that. Oh yeah. Dead girl. Oh yeah. You really.
God, but I fucking hate you so much right now. I want you to know that. If I didn't fucking know you, I'd put you inside this barrel.
Okay. As Astrid and Ernie come back to the room, everyone seems curled up and, you know, rather kind of just questioned by the rest of the guards as they all start to just move everything away. Siege himself literally saying, I will return to work. Goodbye. Just like it's, and just starts to heft his heavy legs down the stairs. Lorenzo then leads up going, like, kind of just, like, taking his pipe and going, well, like, I mean, if you've got, like, unfortunately, the smithy's going to be kind of, like, broken down for a while until this is solved. But if you could solve that, that'd be great. I'd owe you a favor, mate.
I'm sure now that I'm sober, I'll figure it out lickety split. Thanks, Godvin.
You're welcome.
I
Mr.
fucking hate you.
It's a lot. You got a lot of friends, Ernie. Usually you're hanging around with that horse mate. Where is horse anyway?
No, you. Oh, he's off there doing something we don't know. You know what he's like. He just comes and goes when he pleases and doesn't tell us a fucking thing about it.
Oh well.
I'm sure he's trying to set up the next gig or some bullshit somewhere outside of Treno, doing some fucking what's he called it? Scouting.
Scheming.
Networking.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, networking, scheming, scouting, whatever the fuck Hoss wants to call it.
Yeah.
Ways ain't seen him in a week.
I think I remember the last time I had a chat with Hoss. He was he said he wanted to be an influencer.
Sounds like him. Always trying to influence something he ain't got no point in.
Well,
Has been doing those weird sending stone dances.
I almost fucking choked on my water.
well, let's see. Right. So, like the lady kind of chirps up, going, "So, what did you find, Lady Astrid?"
Oh, we came back.
Yeah,
Okay.
you came
well,
back.
we followed the tracks and talked with your guard there at the end of the way. Stairs go up to the barrack, and he saw two individuals, one of which seems a bit suspect because he was covered in blood, though your guard just thought it was a red towel. And
No offense, but these guards are, as I said, we are the enforcement agency. We are not town guards. We are, well, better trained. No offense, but like Grom and Ernie could be town guards.
Excuse you, I could be a fucking
I
damn
beg to-
fine guard.
I beg to differ. I think that they are much more intellectual and anyway, so the man went down through the gate and the sewers. He had the key. And Mr. Ernie, why don't you tell her what you found when you touched a hold of that gate?
Oh, well, he just sort of looks at Astrid, like, sort of proud as punches, getting told, like, you know, he would be good as a guard, and then, like, well, I came across, trying to find a fancy word to say, but fuck it. I found blood on it, and he basically holds out the hand where there's still bits of blood on it. It's like, there was blood on the gate.
I will, fantastic. I will make my, I will continue my investigation. She sits up, and stands up going, the sewers, you say? Interesting. Perhaps that is how he is getting around. Mr. Godwin, I will leave you to educate your fellow compatriots. And with that, perhaps it would be best if I was to send your lot down there to find, well, more clues. Of course,
Not against going down into the sewers.
with the enforcement agency of Treno at its finest, we will pay you.
Did somebody say money? Amen.
That is what they said, Ernie. Now, what's the starting rate?
It's 50 gold.
I think we'll do it.
Not
H, though.
No, 50 gold.
Well, there's 5 of us. That's 10 gold pieces a pop. That's fucking
Hey,
money.
look at you doing math. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
I was going to say, this is the quickest I've ever seen you do math, Grom.
Well, yeah, I'm
You
not
s-
fucking
I
drunk.
thought you were
It's
drunk.
the fucking Godwin. Give me this
That just
fucking
makes-
bullshit ass magic. Where's my
welcome.
check? Fuck you.
And I suppose if we actually solved it, then it's a graduating scale going up.
No, you will receive 50 gold, and I will perhaps look out for your services later.
Okay.
All right. If we do happen to solve it, could you maybe put in a word with the wall and get him off my ass a little bit? I'm tired of him fucking breathing down my neck.
I would say that if you were to do this for the enforcement agency, we would... Well, the wall will hear of it, and it would probably get
Thank
him
fucking
off of your
Christ.
back. He's literally been waiting for you to fuck up, Grom.
Oh, damn, I haven't even fucking done nothing. I'm a fucking family man. I got 2 fucking kids at home. I ain't trying to go to the fucking slammer just because he's got a fucking hard on for me.
Well, it's that Ernie one that he's really looking at.
I mean,
Yeah, but think, well, your kids are not at home at the moment, they're at school.
Well, I mean, I know my daughter's a very good kid. She keeps her brother in check, too.
Right. Anyway, that's lovely. I love to hear your drama. Goodbye.
All right, let's go.
Mrs. Dentures.
The Gems team is on it.
Gems,
So,
roll out!
So we headed to the sewers?
Yeah, well, I mean, are you?
The advantage of heading to the sewers is no one's going to notice the smell on Ernie anymore. Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, if you go down the sewers, it is midday. So, you know, that fresh piss smell will still be there.
Oh boy.
We might want to equip up before just running down there with.
I will say you've got your gear. Like you would be able to, you know, get your stuff on and you know, equip it. I'm not gonna put you down there with no weapons or whatever. Like you're going down there in search of evidence and potentially a killer.
I think what we're thinking of is more scuba gear, so we don't have to breathe in the smell of shit.
Well, this is also lower state of Treno, so some of you are very familiar with it. Astrid, you're familiar with it. Octavia's familiar with it. Godvin's probably got his own, like, fucking wax that he puts on his, like, scented wax that he puts on his nose for just dealing with corpses if he wanted to. Or he just can't smell. I don't know at this point.
Incidentally,
I've been holding 2 bags of incense. I cannot smell shit at the moment.
It's literally in your backpack. He's been smelling fantastic.
Incidentally enough, this might be the same sewer that poison came from that attempted to kill Mr. Gilderoy.
Speaking of the moment, like, I guess Godwin will just look at his shovel and just go, I'm gonna be right back. Yeah, but I guess before I leave, I will quickly relay the information about this being a 3rd murder, the previous victim from Theater District.
Mm-hmm.
You know, quickly describe the card.
Okay.
And just
you can share your notes or whatever.
Does Grom recognize anything about the card?
No, not really.
Okay, what was the card?
A card with a widely smiling jester and the dragonborn tail wrapping around its clothing.
Huh.
Probably Nox.
Probably Nox.
Probably Nox.
Yeah. You sure it's a dragonborn tail and not a tiefling tail?
Oh, I'll be able to tell the tale of that one.
I don't know. Manick described it as dragonborn tail. I believe our dungeon
I believe
master.
him. That's your first mistake.
Hey, it looks. Hey, I just said what I told you. If you want to look further into it, you can do whatever you want.
This should be like a tattoo on someone. I just said what I told you.
Yeah, I just said no regrets.
No regrets.
If you want to have a closer look, you don't have the, like, that's evidence, so you don't have it. You only have what he described.
I can roughly draw it.
You could roughly draw it. You can roughly draw it.
As any other illustration I'm
Yeah.
shoving down our throats throughout this campaign.
Okay. So yeah, you don't recognize it, or at least none of you would recognize it. But it apparently, from what you were told, it was a calling card, and it's the 3rd one of its kind, and they have all been the same.
So he's a card player.
Maybe he just liked collecting them.
Well, his deck is rather shitty. He has 3 of the same.
Maybe it's one of those matching games, so he's actually cheating.
Maybe he's just playing blind justice.
Anyway, I'm good to go down into the sewers so long as I'm back in, my house before it's, I don't know, let's say, it's, Grom will look up. It's about midday-ish now. As long as I'm back at home before, like, 7, my wife won't be pissed.
No, your missus said you can stay a bit longer today.
I know, but I'm still trying to go hang out with my wife.
All right. We'll say like you're.
That-
No, go for it. Go for it.
No. I was going to say that that's probably a wrap. Everyone decided that we're going into the sewer, and this will probably be the next session.
This will be the next session. Sure. Yeah. So you all equip yourselves. Ernie brings his sharp-witted attitude. Grom with his reaches into his back pockets, equipping his well-needed frustration relieving
Brass knuckles.
brass knuckles. Octavia. No. Did you even use a weapon last time? You did, right?
I think
didn't have
Octavius got
weapons.
beat up.
Yeah, you didn't have weapons, but like you
I had- But I did steal that dagger. I still
you
technically
did. You
have
did.
that
Yeah, you still
until I
technically
sell
have that.
And also I had
Monty,
2 daggers
we need
in
some
general.
traveling music.
I'm gonna hit him with my banjo. Ding, 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 boing. Hey, I played the note, Grom.
Yeah, no news. I recognized it.
so
Just seemed
yeah,
to be whacked over someone.
as you all make your way down to the sewer, you see the fine force that is the Treno guards doing their best to try and look intimidating in comparison to the 8-foot orc and his posse of gems. That's a name that's I think it's gonna stick, unfortunately. So as you end up slowly going down the steps, and the light fades from all of your eyes, we're gonna continue that next time on Cornerstone. This was the intermission episode. We have, well, I'm gonna say for the most part, probably Kitsune and Mogren don't need to be here in 2 weeks' time, so they'll have 2 weeks of not having to be here. I know Mogren technically, he's got real life stuff to deal with. So that's fine. Hopefully that gives him a bit of time to, adjust, and then we'll, I think this next session will be the murder mystery solved. Well, not murder mystery, but the culprit caught.
The murder mystery.
Culprit caught, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes from there. Like I said, you guys are on the hunt of somebody who, well, left a very obvious trail.
With a lot of shit guards looking at it.
Yeah, well. With that though, we will leave it there. And it's not as grand as an ending as most of the nights, but yeah, what it is. We will. Let me just do this real quick. Can I?
Don't mean we've got a party name.
Yeah,
Gems.
the gems. 80s glam rock.
I fucking. What does
Or
GEM
that
stand for? Grom Ernie Mystery fucking solvers.
Grum Ernie mystery solvers.
Great.
Now we have to figure out how to get everyone else's letters in there.
No, fuck that. Grom and Ernie are just gonna get incorporated.
And it's like Gilligan's Island, and the rest
On the rest.
are here in Cornerstone City.
Oh.
Oh god.
Let's just
Think
call
about
it
it.
Octavia's gems, right?
Octavius.
Ooh, there you go.
God, I
Funny
love
thing
how
is-
fucking I love how petty Octavius is being over it.
Hey, I'm supposed to be the star here. I do the music.
Yeah,
Hey,
you might do the music, but you're not 9'8" and fucking ripped.
I had to improvise, and I figured that if we the names of these two fine gentlemen that are loved by all here, that it would help. So,
Hey, you know what? I think it's good. I think it's gonna stick, and some people who aren't here might hate it.
Can I just ask real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
I just want to cement it before we head into the sewers. Did Grom and Ernie get any sort of gloves?
Any sort of gloves?
Gloves? No.
Gloves. Good luck rummaging through shit with your bare hands, fist fighters.
What do you?
Why the fuck you think I fight with my fists? They're meant for punching and digging.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see. Hey, listen. You know.
My hand axes.
No, Godvin, Ernie, Mysteries, Squall
yeah.
Solvers.
They could fight over what the G is.
Oh yeah, well, also Godvin can't spell, so he does. His name is not even in there because.
Of course,
He doesn't
I can
know what
spell.
letter
I'm
it
not
starts with.
I'm not a magic user.
Oh, good point. Good point. Good point. All right, we're gonna leave it there. Is there anybody to raid, or are we just gonna end it? Let me have a look at it. But yeah, no, join us in
Dice Legends,
Can I-
Guild Superior. That's all I see.
Can someone do me a favor and do ! Day.
Everyone can do.
Oh, D&D. Never mind. I thought you said D&D.
D.
Day.
Lady?
I was gonna do that, Mercy, but
So yeah, we'll be back.
Don't worry, I'll look like an idiot for the two of us.
We'll be back in 2 weeks for the continuation of our little questy. And as always, guys, we're going to let's do that. Let's raid Mike. Let's raid Mike. Fuck it.
Oh, there you go. Special shout out to Manick for the fun Scottish unintelligible speak today. Multiple times.
Apparently, it had fucking genuine translations.
Hey, listen, that man is a national treasure.
What man?
Call him whatever the fuck you will.
Andrew.
That shit was
I'll be honest.
unintelligible.
And the oak.
And the oak. Also there's a quest. You might be able to save the oak if you fight the Valentines. You know.
I nearly killed you.
You didn't seem unhappy about losing it.
Well, no, but I mean, you know.
Fucking fighting the Valentines.
I mean, listen.
Just go kill them, right?
Yeah, let's just go kill them. Yeah, I mean, you could. You could not. It's up to you. I will say that the opportunity is there if you feel such kindness towards such NPCs. Like I said, it's all up to you guys. This campaign in itself is more, whatever you guys want to do. I'm playing devil's advocate and kind of just building the adventure around you guys rather than giving you two options.
Thus far, I've been enjoying the very almost slower pace.
Oh, that's also part of it where I'm not like rushing you guys. You can have we can have more intermission episodes where it gives you some time to, think about what you want to do rather than,
Like we're spending a month in between our next big job and like we're actually playing through said month. It's actually really it's nice.
And there'll be some said time skips that are a little bit more focused or whatever. But I think
understandably.
Considering fucking Grom's got a family, it's very difficult for him to just piss off and me to go, yeah, you just pissed off.
We're gonna have a whole episode. Grom's children are trying to do the homework.
Spring break, you gotta rescue his kids. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't understand common cold math. What is this?
Grom could do I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
See you guys
Bye.
later.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.
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 Yippee.
Brom wouldn't even try to tell them he has a set of skills. He's just passing his fucking foot through the door.
Yep.
He's gonna burst through the